what do we do now?
I guess we talk.
Spoilers for The Seventh Seal, Unbreakable and The Lighthouse. Additional spoilers for Split and Glass. In the event of spoilers for media not expressly covered by the podcast topic, this tone and imagery will appear at the beginning and end of each spoiler discussion. We thank you for listening.
It's fucking Madam Marvel. Madam Marvel, flip it upside down. It's
Wicked Witch. She
People
did
were
not stop saying that.
People were comparing that to
I'm recording.
The fucking what's that? Scarlet? No, Lady Gaga and the room. It was a room full of 100 people. It only takes one to notice you. Like she mentioned that fucking everywhere, and people were comparing the Madam Marvel and Wicked Witch thing. To
What are you
Lady
on
Gaga
about?
saying all that.
What's this guy even talking about?
What is this guy even on
I,
about?
I think it's best if we just continue without you, Jacob.
Yeah,
Okay.
honestly, Jacob, just the door's
Oh, yeah.
there,
Well,
buddy.
I'll start a podcast named One Angry Man, and it would just be plotting. It
You
would just
talk-
be me plotting against you guys. The whole
Talking to
time.
yourself.
Yeah.
One
I look like a
fast, one
deranged
furious.
fucking- One
The
fast,
podcast.
one
God damn it.
furious. I'm the fastest and most furious.
All right.
Real.
Well, let's just get right into it. Let's get right into the meat right here, fellas.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
For the
Well,
audience
welcome
at
back.
home, at the end of last episode, we declared that we would each watch a fifth favorite movie that we each picked. So not really, just like a movie that you really like, that you love, maybe.
Yep.
And we each watched one. Wait, hold on. Did I introduce the fucking episode correctly? No, I didn't.
No, I don't think so. We didn't even welcome
We'll keep
anyone
it though.
back.
We'll keep it.
Yeah.
It's fine. We can welcome anyone back. We're all here.
Welcome everyone.
Welcome
Welcome.
back.
I'm
Episode
joined.
3.
I had a fucking intro planned as well. All right, I'll do it now. Ready?
That's why episode 4 will come in. It'll go smoothly.
Episode 4 is where this gets really good.
And then we'll say the same thing in episode 5.
Welcome, audience. I am joined today by the lighthouse keeper, Jacob.
Yep, that's me. I'm back.
Got to
I'm
clap.
back for another
clap him.
episode.
I'm also joined by a dude who crashed in a train and found he had invincible powers, Alex.
That's me. Thank you.
And with you always, the protector of the seventh seal, as Taz.
Woo! Woo!
Did you like
That's
it?
us. That was
What a
great.
beautiful intro.
Did you like
What a good
I
intro.
teared up. I teared up. At it.
The
Did you actually like
fans
it?
love
You're
They
fucking
love that
bullshitting
intro. Oh,
me. All right, so we each chose a favorite film last episode that we would each watch. We watched each of our movies. Alex chose Unbreakable. I chose The
Correct.
Seventh Seal, and Jacob chose The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse.
Easily the
Phenomenal.
worst one. of-
Which
I
one do we
hate
want to
you.
talk about first?
Well, I
Uh,
guess. Do you want to talk about the Seventh Seal? Because
Yeah,
that's
we'll go
fresh
7 still.
in most of our minds.
Fresh.
And then
So
we've got
Alright.
Unbreakable as a.
Beautiful. I
Unbreakable.
wrote nothing about The Seventh Seal. I didn't write anything
Oh, okay.
about any of the films.
Me either. Me
They
too.
were too
Damn,
good.
It's
I
from
wrote-
the heart.
I wrote
It's
a
all
bunch.
about the heart.
I wrote a bunch of.
This guy has to write his heart.
I
man.
wrote down so many
On his
quotes
sleeve.
from the Seventh Seal. Really
Oh, yeah,
quotable
that
movie.
movie was
Really
great
quotable.
for quotes.
Very
I didn't write
good.
any of them down. Nor could I recall any of them, except for maybe one.
'Cause they're in
which
Swedish.
We'll get to.
They're
Yeah,
in
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Swedish.
not exactly fluent in Swedish, so
Vemadu.
be a bit hard.
Oh, yeah, I can. Well, whatever he says.
When he says
I'm
who I,
dead.
that's when he says who are you, and then the other guy goes, I'm deaf.
Yeah, I know, because he goes like, yeah.
Alright.
I can't speak Swedish, but yeah, I know.
Oh, amateur.
Bullshit, you
You-
can't.
You didn't learn how to speak Swedish before you came on this podcast to talk about Swedish film. You fucking amateur. Do
expect
you
you to
even
do your
love? Do you even
homework.
like movies?
I'm the only one that wrote shit about this, about these ones.
All right,
Why?
let's get
I
into the
wrote
hard
into it.
brass tacks. Okay,
Alright.
let's confirm. Did we all like this movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
very
God.
much.
Thank God.
Thank God. We,
Well, I think
everyone
this is
can
gonna
rest
be-
easy.
this is going to be like the least decisive episode, I think, because we all watch good
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't
But
sure
let's-
how you guys would respond to Seventh Seal, just because, it's a pretty old movie, but I think thematically and story wise, it's pretty timeless. Yeah.
Yeah, it holds up definitely. So do you want to start,
Do you want to give
Taz?
a rundown? Give
Yeah.
a rundown.
It was your pick.
All right. So The Seventh Seal, written and directed by legendary Swedish director Ingmar Bergman.
What a guy.
It stars. Hold on, let me pull it up here. Fuck, I'm already fucking it up. Let me pull up a synopsis.
Gone
It's
flawlessly
still
so far.
it's growing pains. We got growing pains still.
Teething issues.
Yeah, we're teething as a podcast.
So it stars Max von Sydow,
Yep.
Gunnar Bjornstrand, Bengt Ekeroth, Niels Poppe, Bibi Anderson. There's a lot of other ones. Written and directed by Ingmar Bergman. Story of a challenge to death. When disillusioned Swedish knight Antonius Block returns home from the Crusades to find his country in the grips of Black Death, he challenges death to a chess match for his life. Tormented by the belief that God does not exist, Block sets off on a journey, meeting up with traveling players Joff and his wife Mia, and becoming determined to evade death long enough to commit one redemptive act while he still lives.
How long is that synopsis? My God.
I didn't realize it'd be that fucking long. Leave me alone.
You guys can't see, but Jacob and I were cacking ourselves that whole time.
Let me fucking introduce the movie however I want, alright?
Well, at least that was.
No, to be fair, I'm gonna do the exact same fucking thing. I'm gonna sound even more robotic than that.
Fuck, I'll just write my own synopsis next episode.
I'm just glad that
Jesus.
all my actors and like directors are like
Have
English names because fuck, like you got the short end there, Tess. But I'm gonna say you pronounced it very well. Way
Thank
better
you.
than what I would have.
Yeah, way better. Well, you know.
Well, let me
better
give
than
an
ours.
actual introduction to this film in terms of what to expect if any viewers at home would want to watch this movie, which you should because it's really good. This film is it has the tone of like, I don't know, a Shakespearean kind of joint.
Yeah.
It's very like old style, very thematic. Immediately in the first scene, pretty much, the opening scene is like some sort of biblical verse.
Yeah.
It's
And
from
then
the book of
a night-
Revelations. It's taken out of the
Yeah, that's the one.
I think it's like the opening like paragraph and I think the final paragraph are both quoted in this movie. But I'm pretty sure the one in the opening is the one like the first verse of the book of Revelations.
Yes. So immediately it starts with a reference to the Bible, and we see a knight who is clearly of an older time. This is not the modern day. And he is laying on a beach in front of a chessboard. Immediately, a black-cloaked figure approaches him. The knight asks who he is, and the black-cloaked figure introduces himself as Death. So this is the kind of story that we're dealing with. It's very literal in a lot of its symbols,
Yeah. And I was actually.
but that does not take away from the depth that those symbols carry,
No, not
which
at all.
I think is part of why the movie is enduring. It's part of why the movie definitely calls upon older forms of literature. It's pretty eclectic in its storytelling and all that type of pretentious shit that I could say about it. But yeah, the coolest thing about it is just like immediately from the start, we know exactly what we're in for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was gonna say I was surprised by how quick we're just thrust into things, and I like that as well.
Yeah.
Because immediately it's just, oh, yeah, here's the knight, here's death, and here's the knight's refusal to accept death.
But it's not
I was
like
oh, this is
paced or
this is
like
good
rushed
stuff.
at all. It's like very well
No.
done.
Yeah, because then
the screen is used immaculately. Like there is no time wasted and no time like overspent. It's like everything is there
Yeah.
for an exact purpose and exact reason.
I think that's a good through line for all three of these films. They're just
Yeah.
all killer, no filler,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Wow, what a line. Stitch that on a fucking pillow.
All killer, no filler.
Jesus Christ.
Well, we're gonna name it. The episode will either be named "All Killer No Filler" or "One Banger After Another."
It'll be one of those. Either one.
Banger after
Vote
banger
in the
after
comments.
banger.
Even though it'll already
No one
be.
will get a say in this.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
'cause it was a
you know,
joke.
the Instagram page, go follow the Instagram page at 3 Angry Men Podcast. We could put a poll up there. I don't fucking know.
What do you?
That's okay.
But,
Yeah.
but by the time this episode comes out, it'll already have been named.
Yeah, but I don't know. The fans
Okay,
will say.
this is not important.
This
We've
is
already
not-
started
we
the
have to go
discussion
back.
on the film. We have to
Yeah,
stay
stay
on
on
topic.
I know, stay on
This is
topic.
we should
Come
have
on, Jacob.
already said all this.
Seventh Seal, correct. Really good movie.
Okay,
Really liked it.
so Ingmar Bergman, I saw a little snippet of an interview when he introduced this film, because if you buy it, I've got the Criterion. If you buy the Criterion, he's got like intros for his films. It's really cool. But basically what he said was he literally wrote this film out of his own fear of death.
Yeah.
That is like what
Yeah.
we're dealing
Seems
with.
very fitting.
There is no ambiguity around that. That is like confirmed. He's scared of death, as most are, and he wrote this film from that fear.
Yeah.
And the inspiration for his story began with his inspiration from actually seeing a painting from that period of a knight playing chess with death.
Yeah, because I think I heard somewhere that he mentioned that he would be in churches a lot, and he was inspired by all the paintings and pictures in churches, and yeah, like he got inspired to write this movie from that picture of a knight playing chess with death. But there was like a quote somewhere from him saying something along the lines of like, when he like dies, he wants like his like his afterlife to be a painter in the churches, to paint stories. I think that's really cool and really symbolic of this movie too, because like, I mean, you literally see like, the beginning of the movie, there's the painter guy painting pictures of like the plague and stuff in the church, and trying to like show people like the real seriousness of death, and that death should be like not taken seriously but not forgotten. That's kind of like what I sort of gathered, or one of the things I gathered from this movie, is the topic of mortality and how it's coming for you. It's gonna get you. There's no escaping it. And I mean, that's ever more apparent in the movie, of like death literally fucking following the knight, and then spoilers, like at the end where like all the characters see death.
Yeah. And I think, that reading of Bergman himself writing this film in a state of being very fearful of death makes sense, because a lot of this film translates to, I guess, the fear-mongering kind of tactics that the church and people of, religion use. They use that fear of death to, not recruit people, but,
Almost,
gain people to their beliefs.
manipulate them into,
Yeah,
following.
exactly. Because like as the painter says, because the squire, he asked the painter why do you paint these things, and the painter says, to remind people they're going to die. And it's like, people don't need to be reminded they're going to die, because it's it's going to happen eventually, but it's just a part of that, the organization that is religion, I guess.
Yeah, and it's also just how the inescapability of death is like baked into the text. Like we start out, like the opening scene is a confrontation with death and the fact that it's coming.
Yeah.
And then Jons the squire immediately, he tries to ask someone on the road directions to a town.
Yeah, right at the beginning.
And the guy's dead.
Yeah.
And he says the best line, which is that he was ever most eloquent.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I thought was the best. It's like such a poetic line to encapsulate the eloquence of death.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not pretentious. It's not it's not what's the word? Like stuttering. It's smooth.
It's just the
in its presentation.
Yeah.
It's immediately present, And the reminders of death like ring throughout the movie, even in the most subtle corners.
Yeah.
Like when we were introduced to the acting troupe, and immediately one of the storytelling devices, which is like a meta element, I feel, in the text, which is that one of the actors the guy who's not. Now I'm forgetting the names. I should probably have written the names.
No,
down.
I
The
wrote
person,
them down.
the man who
Giannis.
is not married
Yeah,
to
Giannis.
Bibi Anderson's
Giannis.
character. Yeah, he immediately dons a mask of death.
Yeah.
And then when he's finished with it, he takes it off and hangs it on a post, and it just remains there for the rest of the scene.
Yeah.
Because what's weird about this movie is, and this isn't like a bad thing at all, but it's like it's oddly funny at like some points. Like it's almost a bit like a comedy in terms of like not all the time. There's obviously the serious idea of mortality and faith and religion and the inescapable search of knowledge, but like I found myself kind of chuckling at a few points, like intentionally I feel like, but especially with that meta bit, and then even just a lot of what those acted troops or the acting group was doing, I just found to be hilarious. I can't remember, there was like one scene, it was kind of in the woods, and I was just kind of laughing at what he was doing
when like Jons was speaking through the blacksmith, because when the blacksmith catches the wife and
I'm pretty sure that was it. But there was something actor. There was a few moments in there that I found to be quite funny, but it in a way it's like it's kind of like that's that like slim of hope like shining through for humanity, because like having the backdrop of this movie be like the black like death, the plague, like coming up from the coast and like wiping out towns and villages. It's like this like last troop of good guys all band together, and they're kind of like the shining hope. They stick together, they help each other through, and they just try and survive and keep moving.
Yeah, and it's amazing how much of of the text is like so meta.
Yeah.
In the same way, like we're watching a movie and we are using like a piece of art to process our feelings about a particular topic.
Yeah.
In the world of the film, it's the actors that are delivering the ideas, and they're often scorned for it, but they're the ones who are engaging with the material in the same way that we are almost.
Yeah.
Or they're like delivering it.
Yeah.
And that's another like quick aside, another element that Bergman put in because of the fact that he grew up like when he was developing and directing stage plays, he hated like critics, and he hated that whenever like actors and like the art of theater or film like wasn't taken seriously, and felt that it was like all too common.
Yeah, because there was a huge debate about that, whether film should be taken seriously as a higher art form, and then like Bergman was like, bro, it should be like, fuck everyone that says otherwise. Which is, I feel like he...
Yeah, I'm sure, especially in those early years, like Bergman first made his film. He made his first film in like 39.
Yeah.
Or some early year like that.
Yeah.
So he's like really would have seen like the emergence of like the motion picture and it not being taken serious as literature initially, because people didn't understand what they were engaging with.
Because it was like there was that big debate of it. Is it like a lower like form of like art where it's just pure like entertainment, or is it a higher like form, like on the levels of like literature and all that? And it is like films are on that higher level, but it can be both. But this film, I think is proof, and him proving that films are a higher art form that can persuade just as easily and showcase themes and ideas and everything, as well as books and stage plays.
Yeah, and even with that in mind, a lot of this film is very much like a stage play. It's, all little separate set pieces that could be very much translated to a stage.
Yeah.
So I guess that influence of his previous background, informed.
But it's not just that. It's also just it incorporates so much of what was and still is like the canon of like literature and mythology.
Yeah.
It incorporates so much of it into itself, and then on top of that, like so much of the movie just looks like paintings.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up.
There are I feel like there are intentional long shots where characters will hold poses as if they're evoking like paintings.
Yeah.
And it's like it's very like striking and beautiful, and you know, Bergman just knows what he's doing and how to frame a shot.
Yeah, because I wanted to bring up the whole like every shot is like a painting, and he really knows how to use space and actors and like just like blocking really well. Like you could literally take a screenshot of any frame in this movie, and you could blow it up and put it in the fucking Louvre, and it'd be like way better than the fucking Mona Lisa. Like that painting that's directly across from the Mona Lisa. Why the fuck is that not like way more popular than this little ass fucking painting? Like that other one was so much better. But back to the point, it's like he's like a true artist. It was just beautiful watching, because I watched the 4K. I got the 4K of it, which I watched. I got it from BFI in London. And then this guy over here, Alex, was watching it on his motherfucking laptop. He watched this movie on his laptop. So I gave
I watched
him
half of it, and
my
then
Blu-ray
I watched the
to
other
watch
half.
it so he could watch it on his TV.
But I had that. It was like okay, whatever. Yep.
Yeah.
I guess there's no defending it.
Yeah. I had to save you. You had to watch that shit, because when I watched it on my TV, I was like, Alex didn't get the memo of black and white, smaller fucking aspect ratio movies. He did not get the memo on that.
What?
Because The Lighthouse and this movie are black and white with a smaller aspect.
Yeah, somehow we watched two movies that were black and white.
And they're also period pieces. Right. This was Alex really didn't get the memo here.
Yeah.
Fucking Alex.
Always the
Anyway, back to The Seventh Seal. Good movie.
Yeah, I really like the how the night he's just come back from crusade. I really like that element of the film, that even after going on this quest of essentially fighting back and trying to get the Holy Land back, and this very religious quest, he's come back with, if anything, with more questions and with a lesser grip on his faith, which I find very interesting.
Yeah, because he just went on a quest
because
and then he's like, what?
Yeah, because the whole point of the Crusades was, hey bro, like the Catholics essentially just said, hey bro, go kill these Muslims who basically aren't human, and just repent for your sins in Europe, and just go kill these people for the Holy Land, and you're all good. And that's just that's in layman's terms, that was the gist behind it. And if anything, he's just come back with more questions, which I really like. I really like that reading of it, and I really like the scene with the knight and death in the church near the beginning of the film.
Oh, amazing!
And the way he questions his faith, and how how there's too much, I guess, ambiguity in faith, and how he wants knowledge, but
he wants answers.
He can't get it, which I really like.
And it's I think it's like amazing character work, how we're given this backstory to him and Jons, that they're back from a 10-year pilgrimage in the Crusades.
Yeah.
And we've got Antonius, who is like questioning everything, and he can't see the purpose, and he's really struggling and trying to use his confrontation with death to give his faith meaning, or like fulfill it in some way. And then you've got Jons, who is just like completely nihilistic, like he has just completely soured, and it's like an amazing, I think it's just like perfect character work to take like the same backdrop for two characters, and just show how each of them have a believable position, even if it's completely opposing from each other.
Yeah, and I like it's also very telling at the end of the film when everyone at the dinner table confronts death, and Antonius is in the background. His head is in his hands, and I guess if anything he'd be praying, and Jons, if anything, is just kind of shit talking death, and just, I guess, in a way accepting it. And I thought, this guy who had nothing, I guess nothing really nice to say the whole film, just I guess with a very nihilistic outlook, accepted it at face value, and just thought, this is it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very interesting.
Back on that church scene. That's actually a good example. One of the bits I found hilarious, where he was like, "Oh, I'm playing chess with Death, and I was about to do this move, and then like Death turns around and goes, oh, I just gave my move away. Fuck!" You know,
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
Because if anything, he kind of like seals his fate in that moment.
yeah,
But that whole scene, I really loved that whole scene.
beautifully
'Cause
shot
he says a
and
lo-
framed. Like,
Because Antonio says a line, why must he hide in a fog of half-spoken promises and unseen miracles? I think that line about, and he's talking about God, of course. I think that line is just so well written. That is such a good line,
yeah,
and because it sums up his whole qualms with faith and religion very aptly in such a quick and concise way.
yeah. I just wanted to bring up the really cool. Yeah.
It's okay. I can edit. I can edit around this.
I just got
Just got-
fucking
just-
cock flashed.
Just got cock thrusted, like on the train
Sorry,
term.
I
Like on the
didn't realize-
train term. What's
I
it
didn't
called?
realize
You're
what I
like
was
Miguel.
Miguel. Oh my god. Alright, I'll go back.
It's really
I'll go
hot.
back to my point.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get I was trying to check if my phone was behind,
Oh,
and it wasn't.
Alright.
Yeah, bro.
My sound has spiked so
Anyway.
high. Anyway.
Nah, keep it in. Keep going.
Alright, so I just wanted to bring up the really cool use of a bookend like ending from like they started on the shore and it's
Yeah.
like they
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
literally a full circle moment and
And with the same passage as well.
yeah yeah well yeah
they
the
use the same
opening and the
passage.
ending of the Book of Revelations. But I do want to speak on the ending a little bit and the like the core family of the movie being like the two actors and the baby,
Yeah.
and that they represent like the baby represents Jesus and the mom is the Virgin Mary, and I think it's very interesting that at the end Death took everyone but them, and there's a few ideas like kind of surrounding that Death left those actors to still tell stories and spread the word of faith and religion,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I think it's
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool that like Bergman purposely left the actors to still tell stories because stories are important to spread ideas and
To-
and
Yeah.
everything.
It's essentially, people around campfires, millions of years or hundreds of thousands of years ago. That's how mythology would have started.
Yeah.
And so, and because they're essentially just the same thing, but just a few millennia ago.
Yeah.
What am I talking about? Years ago.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think it's
A few millennia
Yeah,
ago.
I
What
think
the
it's
hell?
really cool that it's like it's very purposeful. Well, they were left alive on purpose to still tell and spread
Yeah.
stories, and it's like
Yeah.
it's so cool to see like directors do that and just show the importance of storytelling and everything.
Yeah.
I love
but
it.
not in like a wank way.
No, in a wank way.
Yeah,
Like, This
exactly.
is like this movie is like in parts and in some ways a love letter to storytelling, and I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Like, not
But
all.
what I love is that like so much of the ideas in this film feel so fleshed out, but you have to dig for them,
Yeah,
and there's just so many of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't give it to you.
It's
easy.
like
Because
even like I didn't even think about that for the family because my
neither did I.
interpretation was just that he's using the motif of a child as like that is the only escape from death. Pretty much is just the continuous, like
Yeah, by
it's just
giving
like the
life.
continuance of life.
Yeah.
You know, it's like people being born.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought.
Fend off death.
Like that was, and I didn't even think
I mean, that
about
could-
Yeah.
that's
all
like-
the other
'cause I didn't even
implications
think
of like
that.
the fact that it's actors that survive.
Yeah.
And because another reading I had, which even I'm not totally convinced by, but is that I guess in a way the whole film would be a kind of purgatory for everybody.
Yeah, I thought of that.
And
Yeah,
'cause
that's
near
a
the-
really good reading.
And because near the end, when Death is leading everyone from the dinner table on the hill, like he's pulling them along as they dance and follow him. The Yoff, the actor, and his wife and child, they're safely by the shore, and even Yoff says that they're under those storm-ridden clouds, they're being taken by death, and then those three are just by a sunny cliff face, which is just, and by the sea, which if anything I guess is representative of heaven, while the others are I guess going to hell.
Yeah.
And I've thought that as a reading
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
definitely. I had that.
But also just the fact that them being within the same sight line places both parties within the same world, essentially.
That's why I figured it would be the whole film was a kind of purgatory, and that bit where they'll essentially walking off in different directions would I guess them leaving purgatory and going off to their final destination.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting because I watch as a YouTuber, Wendigoon, and I watched his the 3 videos on the Divine Comedy, and the way that Dante writes heaven, hell, and purgatory is that it's all layered on top of each other with purgatory in the middle. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Over the hill is hell, but on the nice sunny beach side is heaven.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it was just a reading that I had of the film, but even I'm not convinced by it. I just thought that it had some parallels to that way of thinking, I guess.
Because
yeah, that was a reading I had.
There's a European thing, or maybe it's just a Swedish thing, that water is and lakes, oceans, rivers, and everything is a symbolic thing for openings and pathways to a greater plane of existence.
Yeah, life and death.
Yeah.
So having the movie start on the beach and end on the beach is kind of representative of that, which is really cool.
Yeah. Low key major motif in The Sopranos. I'm being for real. Water is very present, probably because David Chase is a big cinema guy.
Sopranos episode coming soon.
But I'm telling you, if you watch The Sopranos, the use of water as a backdrop or characters in water is hugely significant. But that's a tangent for another episode when we watch all of The Sopranos.
Yeah, but we'll do Sopranos and 2.5 Men in the same episode.
We'll watch all 86 episodes of Sopranos and all of 2.5 Men, and we'll talk about them in one episode.
And Alex will pick Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah, what's the credit name? The same guy that did 2.5 Men.
Yeah, fuck, I know who you're talking about. It's Chuck Berry or something.
Yeah,
crap.
That's Chuck Lorre.
Yeah.
Holy shit, well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do an episode on him. On shitty sitcoms. Anyway.
Oh,
tangent.
Fuck.
Tangent. Yeah.
This film is so quotable. So many fantastic lines.
Yeah.
So well written. My God.
It was learn Swedish just to quote this film.
I know.
It's spilling out.
I know. He wrote some bangers.
There's also that very questionable bit where the squire approaches the girl at the homestead, where he's like,
He goes, wait, I wrote it down. I wrote it down, Jacob.
I'm a good guy. It's so funny.
Because he says he saves her from a thief who was gonna kill her, and he goes, because I think only kind thoughts and perform noble deeds, and then proceeds to forcibly try to kiss her, and then when he gets rejected, he's like, I could have raped you, but I'm tired of that kind of love. It's like, oh,
yeah, he's like, I can't be fucked, Loki.
What a gentleman! He learned all the right lessons from the Crusade.
Thankfully, most of the
in the Middle East, my God.
Yeah, I know. Thankfully, Jons is the only kind of prominent sexist character.
Yeah.
Which I guess kind of makes it better, but yeah,
but I don't
maybe
think
we
it's
can talk about that after.
But he's not meant to. I don't think he's meant to be seen as a good person either, though. For those things, I don't think he's played off as a goofy kind of guy that did this. I think it's it's for critiquing him. As a person.
But that's true. I just feel like that scene when he's with the Smith and he's just talking about how shitty women are.
No, that was a bit weird. That scene kind of.
And the comedy of the scene is clearly fixed upon how the woman is doing all the shady shit that he says she's gonna do.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
But Bibi Anderson is still in the film, and she's a great character. So
yeah.
kind of redeems itself there.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was gonna just talk about also with the symbols and stuff. I kind of just love how a lot of the there are so many like conflicting or like the opposite ends of an idea, and they're like right next to each other
Yeah.
in a lot of scenes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
the
I feel
characters
like,
themselves are a very good representation of that too. Like a lot of the characters just have
Yeah.
foils to each other, and they're all there
Yeah.
together, grouped together.
But just how like there's so much cynicism from Bergman about Christianity, but in the end, like the acting troupe, the family who survived, they're very much Christianic figures.
Yeah.
You know, like they're like they're almost like foretellers of like the best things in life almost, but they're like compared to like even just like how Yoff is it Yoff who's the
actor.
husband?
He's the husband, yeah, Yoff.
Yeah.
Yoff and Mia.
Yeah,
is
he
the
sees
wife.
like an image of the Virgin Mary and her child in like the first
Yeah,
when we're introduced to him. And then there's just other instances like there's like even just like I feel like Antonius Block having this intense monologue where he's like kind of questioning all purpose and stuff, but then immediately like death reveals itself and his immediate like course of action is like determined in that moment where like he knows he kind of like gets a steering of like what he has to do.
Yeah.
And then the most like important example for me is like when the acting troupe are kind of like making a mockery of death and singing about it, and then there's just like a sudden shock, like there's a stop, and it's just like all these like Christian worshippers like whipping themselves and like turning, you know, making the scene a lot more serious than it was. It completely twists the tone of what you were just watching and turns it into like just this fucking nihilistic, dreadful, you know, span of like what 5 minutes in when the guy's like talking about death and stuff and the Black Death and how everyone's gonna die and points at people in the audience and says you're gonna die and you're gonna die horribly. Look at how you squeal at
fear mongering
at
the
you know just crazy shit.
And I think
like
how you said how like the family, you know, represent the best of religion and faith and whatnot. I think near the end of the film when they're having the picnic together essentially, how Antonios in that, you know, he says in that moment how it's like, you know, this is like a really lovely moment. I'll look back on this moment very fondly, even if I don't remember what we talked about. I'll look back on this very fondly.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And then he essentially just like leaves and is immediately back to like, damn death, I hate like he's like immediately he just forgets about all that actual like, you know, kind good stuff. He just immediately is just thrown back into the worries of death and whatnot. And I think that's
of his own really mortality.
Yeah,
you know.
And because he says, I'm pretty sure he said in that scene, he says, faith is a heavy burden. Do you know that? It's like loving someone in the dark who never comes, no matter how you call.
Oh, that was beautiful. I love that quote. I remember that.
And
one.
he says that to Mia, and I think I can't really remember if she, you know, reacts to that line per se, but because you don't really see, I guess because if they're that troupe, Mia, Yoff, and Michael, their son, are the personification of religious figures. They don't really, I guess, look to religion themselves because they just look to each other as to comfort themselves. And so that kind of quote with Antonios expressing his difficulty in faith kind of falls flat on Mia because she doesn't really worry about that kind of stuff because she just worries about her family. If that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did that even make any sense?
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. And just even the fact that like if we take them, like you said, if we take them as religious figures, they're not preoccupied with religion or their purpose. They're actually embracing life the way that like
which is what
you Christianity tells people to.
Yeah.
Seamless.
So yeah, just a few seconds ago.
God damn it! Don't do shit like that.
We were talking about our ideas and we were talking about all kinds of shit.
Concepts.
So let's talk about music. The music's really good. It sounds like good music.
Yeah, the music was
Yep. Nice.
The music is good.
Flawless, really.
Yeah, amazing music.
What a-
Yeah,
what a-
Does anyone want to say something?
Want to continue the conversation?
Oh,
Jacob,
actually, I
think
do.
Jacob has something to say.
Not really like a conversation goer, but
Oh, there you go.
the
Perfect.
the picnic scene. I just want to say, if I got handed a bowl of those small looking ass fucking strawberries, I would be so frustrated. I'd be like, "What the fuck is this shit? Get me and then they hand me a bowl of milk. What fucking
Actually.
picnic is this? I get a handful of
Yeah,
small
I was-
bowls of strawberries. Makes you feel right at home.
A bowl of milk that everyone's sharing.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, wild strawberries.
Oh,
Also, that's right. I know. That's because he kept saying that. They said like wild strawberries like 3
He made
times.
that the same
like,
year.
Oh no, it's like a reference
As well.
But also,
Wild
something.
strawberries came out the same year.
Some
yes.
really? Wow.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I didn't
Banger
know.
after banger.
But how fitting. I also noted near the beginning when Yoff is juggling, because like he's part of like a little circus troupe, and he's like the worst juggler I have ever seen in my life, and he's only juggling like 2 balls. But my god, like come on man, you couldn't spend like 2 days at home practicing before you came on set.
No.
Anyway,
Don't
that's
they
just, like,
refer to
a
him
tiny
as the
gripe.
juggler at like one point in the
Yeah,
movie?
yeah,
And
exactly.
he's
yeah.
hardly
That's like,
a
Jesus
juggler.
Christ. He bad. But that's just like a tiny aside that I just noticed.
There's also Raval.
Who?
He's the guy who represents how shitty the church can be.
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy who Jons fucking
What?
hates. Just another example of Ingmar Bergman
Yeah.
putting it out there that he doesn't like the church.
Putting his 2 cents in.
Yeah.
I appreciate the 2 cents.
And also when he
What?
dies, that's like I think that's like the only death where we don't see death.
Oh, that's true actually.
Which death is this? Which character is this?
The dude who like is before Jons saves that girl, he's like, I'm gonna rape you.
Oh, the one that dies of the plague. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry. That one. Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
And Jons
Yeah.
is like, because you swayed my master into going on the Crusades, you're a bastard and I hate you and I'll cut your face if I
Yeah.
see you again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then when he dies and death is not there.
Yeah. And then he just like shows up. It's like, what's up, guys?
I'm back.
Let's play some chess.
Welcome back to me.
I really like at Antonius's at his house when Death shows up and Jons goes to because there's a knock at the door and Jons goes to answer it. How it cuts to the lady that doesn't speak, the one that Jons saved from being killed.
Yeah,
She
but
only has the one line. Yeah, the mute. She like looks at the window and because it was storming and raining outside, and then obviously once Death has entered, but Jons didn't see Death. Once Jons has entered, it's daylight outside, and because like Death is now he's come inside. I thought that was just a really nice and subtle way of showing
cool,
like
actually. I didn't notice that.
the guy he's here, like he's here and his business is being done. I thought that was really nice. And then that lady, she has her her one line.
Yeah, which is like it's finished or something, or it's complete.
Yeah,
something
I
like
think
that.
something like that, which I thought was nice.
I also liked the witch is another
I was about to bring that. I
example
wanted to bring
of-
up.
Yeah,
the
that's
of
right.
how-
Yeah.
of how ideas are like opposing because Antonius wants to find God, and
Yeah.
one of the ways he tries to do that is he's trying to ask this woman who's supposedly seen the devil, and he's like, okay, have you seen it? Have you seen the
Yeah.
devil? Please, I
Please.
need some sort of
The
like
devil will
catharsis
tell me
that
where
the
God
ideas
is.
exist.
It's the only one that
Yeah.
will.
Yeah, and I really like that she, because she says, like, just look into my eyes, and he says, like, I see nothing, I just see fear, and then, but it's because she's been told by priests and everyone else that the devil is with her, so obviously she has fallen into believing this lie as well,
Yeah.
and then when he says he doesn't,
Or is it a lie?
I guess we'll never know.
Because
But
she
yes, it was.
she also says the devil is also here all around us, which is like another cool like thing that she's surrounded by the church. We're trying to like burn her, and she's like, the devil's all around us, bro. Like evil is it's like it's sadly
It's in
a
the one
part
place.
of
Yeah, everything.
human
But
nature.
the church represents all of it.
Yeah,
and also just like the reference to the Black Death as well.
yeah, like death. You know,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
devil's everywhere. Yeah, also in reference to the Black Death.
It's in the
See,
details.
ideas on top of ideas, fucking double, triple entendres.
It's like burying
I
something.
know. Fucking stacking that shit.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, and you know, Black Death, Cold War. Huh?
Cold War? Like it's in
Yeah.
reference to the Cold War. Yeah.
You know, just because like fear mongering and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I heard
like
it
the
on,
Red,
on the
like
commentary
the Red,
track.
Like the Red Scare, you mean, more so?
I don't know. I heard it on the commentary track.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
There's a commentary track for Seventh Seal from 1987, which is insane to me.
Who does the commentary? Bergman?
It's this guy called Peter something. No, he's just like a film critic.
Peter.
But it's just wild because it's
File.
from 1987.
Yeah, right. That is pretty
Yeah.
crazy. Gonna listen to that maybe a little later.
Yeah, I know. Audio commentaries are actually like pretty perfect.
I know.
Like background.
They're great. I don't know why movies don't do
Because
that.
you don't have to like spoil the movie for yourself by actually watching it again, but like not
Yeah.
watching it, you can just put it on and not really look at it, but you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it also gives insight into, you know, if the people who have looked into the film on a very deep level are then talking about it, it gives you insights that you didn't have before.
Yeah.
But that's why our audience members come to us. That's what we're talking about. You
Yeah,
know?
I know. They
offer so
ask
much
us
depth.
the questions.
Exactly.
They want to know from us
We're
what the
just
movies mean.
we're just so intelligent. We know everything.
We're just better than everyone.
We watch movies
We
better.
watch movies better than everyone else.
Oh my god, that's fucked. We just lost half our audience.
Oh shit,
Do
we only
we
got
wanna
5 people
talk
now.
about- do we want to talk about anything else about the Seventh Seal? There's probably way
Yeah,
I'm
more.
sure there's
obviously,
enough for a whole episode,
Yeah.
but I'm blanking
but
right now.
I think we're just
But-
blanking.
But really good movie. Really good.
100% like recommend. This is
Yeah.
this is a
I
movie you
highly
have to
recommend it.
watch.
I really like films that delve into theology and discussions on faith and whatnot. Because as someone who's not religious and is agnostic, I find it very interesting. Especially if it's in a film where both opinions are shown and like given equal weight.
Yeah.
I really like
I
that.
mean, because I think I saw something there that's also Bergman's like internal conflict. Because like, didn't he have issues with his dad or something? Which was like sort of he was also like sort of a part of the church, and that kind of like made him question his
Oh,
faith.
Ingmar Bergman fucking had dramas with everyone in
Yeah,
his life.
but I'm pretty sure
That
that
tracks.
he had very
Just
conflicted.
like divorced like
Fuck.
5 times, like
What a guy.
hated religion. Yeah, probably had a shit relationship with his dad. I don't know. It's just dude just had dramas every which
Just
way.
shit piling on top of each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But he'd be interesting to talk about
In
in a future
an episode that's
We'll
going.
get him on as a guest.
Yeah, we'll
I
get him
know.
as a
'Cause
guest.
he's I think he's yeah, we could bring him on as a,
Yeah.
he's one of the most like personal filmmakers
Yeah.
for sure.
Mm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And he wrote you know, many of his films come from
Personal experience.
other anxieties and like topics he wanted to talk about. Scenes of scenes from a marriage
Yeah.
was just about
I would
his
imagine.
divorce
Yeah.
and just shit like that.
Yeah, that makes
you
sense.
know, it's peppered all over his filmography. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is maybe like the purest example of that. I don't remember what Persona is about, but I'm sure Persona is like another one of those examples.
Yeah. So I guess do we want to rate it?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also answer the question: is it better than 12 Angry Men because they're from the same year?
Fuck. I actually watching this movie, I was like, "Fuck! I should watch 12 Angry Men after this." I proceeded to pass out
Well,
after the movie because I was so tired.
I guess I just now realized that this would be the second film ever made to not have CGI in it after 12 Angry Men. Jacob.
What?
No, maybe something else came out before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you know more about cinema
Interstellar.
from 57
about
or
Interstellar.
50. Anyway,
anyway,
enough of this.
enough of this bullshit.
Whatever this is. Exactly.
Alright,
Anyway,
let's
Tess,
just get.
Tess, you go
let's
first.
just cut
That was
through
your
the
film.
fat. It's a 5 out of
It's a 5.
5.
I'm
Tessa's
gonna write this shit
first 5. Explain. As if we haven't just spoken about it for like 45 minutes. It's
Why did I like this movie? I liked the acting. I liked the scenes. I liked the story. It was action packed.
We should just talk like that. I think.
Yeah, we should just talk like that. It had some
these
good
episodes
action.
wouldn't be like 3 hours long. They'd just be like 5 minutes.
Yeah, good story.
Shorts, you should
themes.
we gotta apply
Exactly.
to all audiences.
You're right.
But yeah, it's a 5 out of 5 because I thought about it and I think about it sometimes. Even before I'd watched it just now, I was thinking about it even after watching it like 3 years
Yeah.
ago.
Like the Roman Empire.
Just a lot of ideas, and it's even better now because I was stupid when I was 18. So
Never
real.
trust.
it's
your
nice to watch a
18-year-old
movie
self.
and not be stupid, and to actually appreciate it.
And to delve into its themes and have that discussion. Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
and it's just like it's just like a powerhouse. Like it's so eclectic. I'm sure if I ever read literature or partake in any of that pretentious wank, that it will become even better. But it's already amazing.
Yeah.
So it's a 5 out of 5. Stood the test of time. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Jacob?
yeah, it's pretty like undeniably gonna be
That's smooth.
my smirk.
What's this
No,
guy gonna
it's
say?
5 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
To justify it, if that's even the right word, it's like I feel like every single time, like I could watch this 100 more times, and every time I watch it, I'll get something new out of it. It's like you'll just keep discovering new and new things. Like the more and more you watch this movie, and I'm so excited to rewatch it. And that's like it's rare that you watch a movie and you want to watch it immediately afterwards.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And this is one of those movies.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
And so yeah, that's
Yeah.
5 out of 5.
Fair enough.
Alex,
Yeah, I guess I'll give it a 5 as well. You know, if anything.
and
Like,
moving
on-
on.
Yeah. Because I don't think it is a perfect film, but I do very much like its discussion on theology and being able to delve into those kind of themes afterwards and have, at least a semi-coherent discussion about it adds to the impact of the film and the enjoyment that I gather from it. So even if I would give this like a 4.5, realistically, I can round up to a 5. I'll allow it.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.5, but
Yeah.
I know like 1 or 2 more watches from now, it's going up to a 5. So it's like, why even fucking lie to myself?
Why even lie to yourself?
Why even lie to myself?
Why do
It's
it?
gonna happen. So I'm gonna, it's. I mean, it's 15 out of 15. Is this our first 15 out of 15?
That's the first. It was close.
Yes.
It was close with last
Incredible
episode because we
work.
had so many bangers. But But yeah,
Yeah,
our
for
first
sure.
15 out of 15. And who knows? Maybe we'll get
Wow.
a few more in this episode.
Yeah, not fucking lie.
Possibly.
I'm
But
joking.
yeah, one final aside about this movie. Just want to quickly throw it in there. What I love about it, and what I was thinking about when I was thinking about why it's such a great film, is that like I think about that final scene where we're like just watching the characters die,
Yeah.
and as time passes from this movie's release, more and more of its cast and crew have passed away. And I just think about that a lot because I think about that like really my only understanding that death is not that scary, I feel like is kind of part of why I like this movie, in the sense that like this movie is just about how everyone's gonna die.
Yeah.
Not in like a really dramatic like
Nihilistic sense.
it's just like about it's just about the statement that everyone dies, and part of that is just the fact that Ingmar Bergman's passed away. Many of the actors have passed away. In a lot of ways they've made that final pilgrimage, and I think that the idea that like we don't have to be so scared of it because everyone makes the pilgrimage
Yeah.
is like, I don't know, gives me comfort at
Yeah,
least.
like death is one of those things that we're all gonna, it happens to everyone, and we all share and will experience it, and it's pretty like interesting that we as like the human race celebrates death, you know, for like funerals and such. It's a sad celebration, but you're celebrating the life that they lived, and I think it's really like cool, if you could even, if that's even the right word, that it is something that we all share and that we all have in common, and it's just something that everyone can like kind of rally around, that we're all gonna die one day. It's like, you know, it's one thing that ties us all together. One of the
Yeah.
only certainties in life is death.
Yeah.
Quoting that from that fucking cooking like show on YouTube, Last Meal, where
What the
he
fuck?
brings like celebrities on, and like he makes them their last meal, and they pretty much just talk about death. They had Christoph Waltz
That's
on
beautiful.
there. That's a pretty good episode.
Oh, I think I've seen clips of that actually.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's like
Anyway.
the final. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, that was the
Seventh
seventh seal. It's a
It's a
five
15 out of
bomb.
15. The first ever.
So audience,
The
you
first-
have
the
to
first
fucking
of
watch
many.
it. Like this is
You
a
have
must.
to. It's your legally.
You have
This
to
is a
watch the
must.
film.
Legally obligated. You have to. It's, and if you don't, fucking what? Why are you here?
Jacob will find you.
I'll find you.
He'll find you.
I'll find you.
But
But you know, sometimes cinema is about the inevitability of
Yep.
death, but sometimes it's about you know, reaching your potential and being
I
unbreakable.
knew it. It's about being unbreakable. I was waiting for the segue.
I'm passing it off to Alex now.
Yep.
Seamless
pass the
transition.
torch
Beautiful,
onto
beautiful. That's a
Alex.
perfect place for the timestamp. Yeah. So my pick. Wait, do I have to read the synopsis? Oh my god. Here, let me.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah,
give
you
us
gotta
an
introduce the movie.
Let me read
Yeah,
the one-
that's your
I
job
won't read
now.
the one on Apple
Fuck.
TV because my god, that is such a horrendous. Anyway.
Or just give your own synopsis. You don't even have to read
You're
it.
right.
Just give your own
You're
Yeah, why don't you
synopsis.
just
Okay,
fucking
well, 'cause
come
you got a
up
whole
with a
paragraph.
synopsis?
Yeah.
A whole paragraph.
Wanker.
Jacob and I were just laughing the whole. Anyway.
I want the director, the release date, the cast, and
All
the
right,
synopsis.
Yeah.
all off of my noggin, I guess.
That's it.
All right. So Unbreakable, release 2000. M Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's like magnum opus. He made banger after banger after banger, then just made no good movies afterwards. Unbreakable, Bruce Willis, Robin Wright Penn, I guess, because she was married to Sean Penn, and then like that kid actor, and then like other people. Doesn't really matter. Anyway.
Fuck yeah.
What's it about?
So it's about this.
What's it
ordinary
about?
guy, you know, Bruce Willis, ordinary security guard that works at Philadelphia Stadium. Just normal guy, got a midlife crisis, having marital woes with Robin Wright, and he gets involved in a train crash of sorts that kills kind of everybody else on the train except him. And then it's a play on this of the superhero mythos with Samuel L. Jackson playing off. What am I talking about? I'm just ordinary guy who gets revealed to be not so ordinary. That's an apt way to put it, Jacob. That's basically it. It's a guy. He like. It's beautiful. I can't wait to re-listen to this.
I think a really good like very quick like summary or like synopsis of the movie is this is like one of the most realistic comic book movies you'll watch.
Oh yeah.
Probably the most real. What the fuck's more realistic than this? Let's be honest.
Because it's basically just the whole film is basically an origin film,
Yeah.
and then it kind of just ends, and that's the whole film. And I think that is such a good way to do a comic book film,
Beautiful.
and especially because it only has one action scene, and that action scene is in quotations because it's just one guy choking another guy out, and then it just ends. This film is so good. This film is so fantastic. I can't express how much I love this film. I don't know. How do I say? Well, I guess I'll just talk about M. Night's filmmaking, because when I first watched this film, because I had watched The Sixth Sense and really liked it, and I watched The Village and really liked it, and then I watched The Happening, which like you can do for the memes, I guess, but that movie just by itself is not
It's
very
bad.
like aside from the
Oh,
memes,
fuck.
that movie's just dog shit. But then I watched Unbreakable, and my god, this M. Night somehow lost the source, because the filmmaking in this film is insane. the amount of long takes and just the blocking and framing that he does in this film, it's just beautiful. It's just art to me. It really inspires me. And yeah, I think like Jacob said with The Seventh Seal, how every frame is a painting. I think the same can be said about this film, and not in a sense that because it's it's black and white and the light, you're painting with light essentially, but just the way everything is framed in this film is just there's such a precise vision, and it's translated so well, and it has such impact on you as a viewer.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just like the long takes really stuck out to me because usually I watch a movie, and even in movies with like I don't know long takes that are
Yeah.
good
Mhm.
or have been praised, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fucking long take, But in this movie, I found myself drawn to the image
Yeah.
so strongly, and like every subtle movement from any of the characters
Yeah, and
feels
'cause
like
it's
so
not
much
like
more pronounced.
it's not done in a flashy sense. It's not like, oh look, we're doing a one take. It's very much a very slow and meaningful kind of, if it's a push in or it's a dolly across, or it's all very done with an intent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels
It's-
very
I
deliberate.
think with one takes, it's very important that there's a reason behind it. Because it's like,
Yeah,
oh, it's like you don't want to do it because, oh look, my cock's big. I do a one take. You want like it has to be an that goes for like anything in a movie, but it's like you want an artistic reason or like a
Yeah.
story reason. There needs to be a reason behind every choice you make.
yeah.
And this movie is like, I mean, the shots are unbreakable.
God damn it, that's true.
So it's
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
he uses them perfectly. Like,
yeah.
sorry, one more thing. No, you go.
No,
Because
No, you go. No, it's alright.
Okay.
It's alright.
Because especially the use of reflections
Yeah.
and like blocking,
Yeah,
it's like it makes it's so well done
Yeah,
with the long
'cause
takes because you don't
he-
even notice because like
yeah.
it just pulls focus of who's talking, but it's the use of mirrors that you see
Yeah.
both characters like
Mhm.
clearly and perfectly in frame that you can
Yeah.
do long takes like that.
Yeah.
There's no need for the shot reverse shots or the cuts.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just he uses reflections to convey the same thing, just with less work to do.
Yeah.
It's great. It really shows that he knows how to make a movie. He just fucking chooses not to.
He just I don't know why he doesn't do it anymore. Like, come on, man. You made Old. Why did you make Old? Why did you make it look like
Trap.
that anyway?
Did any
Oh.
of you see Trap?
Yeah, I saw Trap. That movie's like,
I didn't see it.
it's fine,
Nah.
I guess. I don't know. The story's shit. And well, no. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Regardless, Unbreakable, masterpiece. But in regards to the long take, I think as well, because it's not like other films that because for instance, like Sinners, good film and was lauded, and then there's one specific long take in that film that was just like, it's the second coming of Christ. That long take, the way it goes through time with music and everything, and like, yeah, it's good long take, sure, but long takes like that draw a lot of attention to themselves. They can sometimes lose me, or just, I guess, an audience, in the way that's like, look at what you're experiencing is important because of like the effort that we just put into it. But
Yeah, it's
but
like,
if you're-
yeah, I hate that too.
yeah, but if you're watching a film like Unbreakable, where like basically every shot, or I guess every other shot, is a long take with the average shot length of 30 seconds, then it's just like per the course. It's just like, oh, this is just how I'm experiencing this film, and so you just become acclimatized to it. And so then when something different happens, when there's like fast cuts, like when Elijah falls down the stairs, and like and it cuts to
Fucking
all
shatters
all
everything.
the insert shots, then you realize, oh, something important is happening, because something different to the status quo is happening. And that's what's good about the formula of the way M. Night structured this film, because with Elijah falling down the stairs, you realize it's important because it cuts to insert shots and it's edited quickly. And it's similar to how in the film he only has 3 handheld shots, and even if it's like a subconscious thing, you realize, oh, something important is happening, and like something morally and emotionally big is happening, because even the camera is reacting differently to it. And I think that's a really great way to show the audience, this is a big moment, pay attention to it.
Yeah, and it also just feels like it comes from like it's funny because like on one hand like it feels like there was so much more effort placed into it because it's like there's so many oneers and like so much of the film is not reliant on shot, reverse shot.
Yeah.
But the style and like the choice also feels kind of minimalist. Like it feels like so organic.
Yeah.
It feels like it just makes you feel like part of the world.
Yeah, it's not
in
not
a way
showy.
that like in a way that like films sometimes like kind of lose like worse films that just rely too heavy on just like a shot, reverse shot
Yeah.
and too many cuts.
And because
Like it's just like a great reminder that like if you know how to like stage your scene
yeah,
and you put enough prep in, like you can really just get something that just feels like so engrossing because you're immersed in like the dialogue and there's nothing drawing you away from like what the characters are saying.
yeah.
And
I think that's especially prevalent when it's a scene of two characters talking and the camera isn't even on them. Like when David first meets Elijah with his son with him, and the camera is it's moving back and forth between Elijah and David as they talk. It's moving from one side of the table to the other. Sometimes whoever's talking isn't even on screen. It's transitioning to the next person.
Yeah.
And similarly, when David's talking to Elijah and saying like, stop contacting my family, and the camera is moving like alongside him to the left, and then the scene ends with him off frame. Like, I think that requires such balls to be able to say like, this is what I want and this is the kind of emotion I want to elicit. And I think it's also, and because the film is it's about comic books essentially, and it represents that art form. I think it's also through that kind of camera work, it's representative of the comic art form.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is because like I feel like people would kind of expect like again like a lot of cuts to elicit a comic book, but when I think about a comic book I think of like something like Watchmen, which is like probably the most like the easiest example of like how good paneling can be.
Yeah.
A lot of the time like it's just like little moments just broken up.
Yep.
But they really form a complete sequence in the way that like a one shot, a one take would, but the limitations of that medium means that you have to illustrate each individual action.
Yeah.
But what M. Night does is he just like, I feel like in a way like the removal of cuts is more faithful to what a comic book is trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's trying to make the illusion that there's a fluid of motion through multiple images. And M. Night understands that so well, and like, there's just the fact that he frames a lot of the shots as if they're comic book panels.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love that like that kind of that stillness and just allowing like characters to go through a full motion with no cuts.
Mm-hmm.
That feels more faithful to a comic book to me.
Yeah. And it's just it really speaks to his love of the art form, because comics are fantastic. They're a form of literature that are and can be as impactful as any other form of literature. But
not just comics, like superhero comics.
Especially, and and from the greater public's perception, they're like, some guys in spandex fighting some other guys. And it's like, no, it's
more than that. You gotta look into it.
Yeah. And I think that's and Elijah encapsulates that perfectly with his art gallery, which is, plays classical music, and it's all it's like a traditional
like a
art gallery.
Yeah.
It's very minimalist. It's very clean. Everything's in nice glass panels. He talks about art like it's with like in poetic stances. It's, because it's true. Comics are art.
Yeah, and the juxtaposition, even though like obviously the unreality of it almost makes the point, which is that like the guy who's in there when we're introduced to the gallery is like, oh yeah, I'll buy this for my 4-year-old.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
Just like, get the fuck out.
that's stupid. That's silly.
Exactly.
Like that's M. Night's position. Like that's so silly to just like assume that something that like, again, and even just the fact that like the sketches he's showing, in the context of like the production of a comic is not even the final product, because there's so much more effort that goes into the inking, and then there's like the colorists come in, and then like the letterers come in and like put in the dialogue bubbles.
Yeah.
It's just like a whole artistic process that goes through about like 4 to 5 people at least, and takes like a month of time.
Yeah.
And it's just reduced to like, you know,
Some guy.
children's entertainment,
Yeah.
which is pretty insulting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's indicative of what this film is, because even before I've like, you know, is this like I've contemplated thinking like, you know, is this a comic book movie? But yeah, it is. Like at its heart, that's what it's representing. And you know, and if you would say that to people, like, oh, yeah, what, you know, watch this movie, it's a comic book movie. They, you know,
Ooh, like
they would
Captain
just,
America and Iron Man.
yeah.
Shut the fuck
and then,
up!
You know, you just yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's but I think it's a very important movie because it's showing the awareness of how important comic books are. And if like people like our age and younger watch this movie and like get a grasp of how important comic books are, they can teach, they get to their friends, and if they get older and have kids, they can teach the importance of comic books and storytelling in that medium. And then, you know, it would just create generations and generations and generations of these you know, art appreciating little shits that will fucking probably like shit on comic books for a while, but then they'll like get mature again and then appreciate the art form, and then so forth and so forth. I don't know, little rant, but
yeah. And no, you're finished.
oh no, that's it. Yeah, I'm
Are you
finished. It's
finished,
just
or?
I think it's just, you know, important for future generations, and because, you know, there's the Marvel movies, but they're not really showing they don't really represent comic books kind of at all.
They're more a spectacle. They're like a roller coaster.
Yeah, well, that was what I was gonna say, is that this film's just kind of ruined it for me now, because why aren't, like, this movie was released in 2000.
Yeah, 2000.
It was made before Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And like, annoyingly, all these fucking filmmakers just chose to ignore the creative format it laid out. You know, we could have had a generation of superhero films that took its inspiration for filmmaking to, like, you know, make a movie that's based off a comic book from this movie, which like literally like created a whole new formula of like how you could do it. And there's just like not one film has been made in its ilk. It's kind of disappointing. And it's also just the fact that because it's not based off a comic book, it is like trying so hard in its like creative philosophy to prove that it is part of comics. And then you have like superhero movie adaptations, which, because they've already got the like the backing of, because they already are comics, right? They're trying to prove that they're cinema, so they're not even trying to evoke like comic books in the same way that this movie is.
And especially in
it's
the
just
sense,
really disappointing.
and especially in the sense how like character driven this film is as well, because a lot of comic book films rely on spectacle, and how it's like, it's Spider-Man fighting Green Goblin or whatnot, and it's how it's the spectacle of that event, and it's they kind of forego the actual development behind all the events that are happening, and that's and a lot of comics is that development, and that's why they have the ongoing series and whatnot. But this film is just essentially a character study on David, and it's a damn good one at that. I might say.
And
I think it's a really great look into grief. Anyway, so
I was just gonna say, on like the point of like pretty much no other comic book movie has like encapsulated the magic of this comic book movie. Not even M. Night could recapture the magic, because he made I guess this is like spoilers. Alex could put like a spoiler dong here, but like Split and Glass are in the same universe, so they're technically also comic book movies, but like not even he himself could recapsulate the magic that he made, which is it's
and also Old. Like, Old is based off a comic book, and it's why the fuck is that movie not shot like this one?
And
like, this is your own in-house style for this movie, Like, no one's gonna fucking say you're ripping off your own movie. Like, you could have tried to use the same cinematic techniques that you literally
Yeah.
cultivated.
Yeah. He just threw it all away.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that this movie, like, because it has, like, no cultural standing,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I
It's-
know.
It's just
yeah.
been left by the wayside. People talk about The Sixth Sense. I've watched The Sixth Sense once.
Yes.
Like,
It's like it's good.
it's not as fucking good as this
Like,
movie.
It's a good movie, but Unbreakable is this
Yeah.
another level.
Like,
it's a
that
shame.
movie's not doing for horror what this movie did for, comic book movies,
Yeah.
which I feel like is important.
Yeah.
Like,
And
it's
even-
creating a whole new language of filmmaking,
Yeah.
related to another form of art. It's doing so much
Yeah.
so seamlessly, and, like,
And
it's
it's so
just not
passionate.
been. Yeah, it's just not been, like. And maybe it's just because it wasn't, like, the biggest success. I don't know what the numbers are, but I don't think this movie made a lot of money.
I'm sure it did well.
I feel like
I'll
riding
quickly
off
check now,
the success of The Sixth Sense.
fuck it did. It did. Well, because The Sixth Sense made what 650
Yeah.
million, and then
Oh,
this
goddamn.
this film on a budget of 75 made 248. Like that's
That's yeah,
still
good.
pretty
So it
good.
made money.
Especially for
Yeah, that made a lot of
especially
money.
for when superhero films didn't really exist in
Yeah.
today's context.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
$100 million profit at
Yeah,
least.
at least,
Fuck.
yeah. And even then, like a lot of this film is just character driven, and it's just character work on David and his life essentially. It's just him in a midlife crisis, and I think it's really good at that.
I think a cool aspect of this movie is that, like, anyone could have been a superhero, and you wouldn't have known you were even a superhero unless this, like, very coincidental event triggered
Yeah.
in your life.
And because near the end of the film, right before the big revelation, Elijah, he's talking about how it's awful to not know your place in this world, and he says that's a truly awful feeling, and yeah, that's a big part of the film, and David learning to accept that. I guess he's he's accepting this new meaning in his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
God damn it! It's okay. I can.
But,
edit this.
No. Leave it. I was
Oh.
just going to say, what's really great though, let's be honest, is the relationship between the father and the son.
It is like the character work in this film is fantastic.
Is this
It's
an
fucking
Imaginary
incredible.
Heroes moment?
No, but this is actually good. This is unlike that movie.
The Imaginary Heroes fucking sucks ass and will never invoke that fucking shit movie ever again.
No, yeah, this film has a great father and son, and also husband and wife narrative. That's like the core. That's the actual core of the film.
Yeah.
Like fantastic.
The family dynamic is just super
It's so
solid, and there are so many moments in this film where I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit, this is like I've seen this moment in other films, and like I'm always just bored because the filmmakers are not talented enough to sell me on these
Yeah.
relationships." But like you care about them in Unbreakable.
Yeah.
They're like the beating heart
Yeah.
of the film.
Like that scene where the son holds the gun
Yeah,
to Bruce Willis. I was like scared.
yeah.
I was like, if he shoots him, is he gonna die?
yeah.
And like,
And because it's
but it's so impactful. He's crying, and he's so like caught up in these like
Ideas?
I don't know what the word I'm looking for. No, but it's like
in the
almost like the
possibility of-
manipulation. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the word I'm looking for, but it's close
I
enough.
understand.
The impossibilities that his dad is a superhero, and all these like lies that are being fed to him by Elijah.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
he's actually starting to believe that his dad is an immortal superhero, and then he does his own tests with the weight. Where
Yeah, I love that.
I love
scene.
that. I love
That
that
scene.
bit where like after the first set,
Yeah.
the son's like, all right, I'll take it off,
Yeah.
and then the dad did it again. He's like, Jesus, how much did you take off? I didn't.
Yeah, he puts 20 more on. But yeah, that
Yeah.
that weightlifting scene is so good because it's like the first time in the film where David is like it's all wordlessly done where he's like conscious because it's I guess on the surface it's just like a scene of him working out and just like seeing how strong he is, but like the subtext of it is like it's the first time he's actually considering the fact like, oh, maybe I am different, like before I could only lift, what was it, like 250 pounds or something, and now I can lift 350, and it's just like the constant upping of the weight is just like him steadily believing more in this narrative that Elijah was feeding him, which I think is
Yeah.
great.
And I love the line where it's like, it's like there's something like, if I start screaming, what do? We go get mom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's such a good. I love that scene,
It's
and the way
so
that
funny.
like one of the last reps that he does, the camera goes down and up with him as he pushes up and down.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn, I love that shot so much.
It's good.
Yeah, but back to that scene where it's like the standoff with the son holding the gun against David. It's also just it's such a well written scene because prior to that scene, I guess you can infer that it's like David's relationship with his son beforehand, before the film started, was a bit strained, and that like they're kind of starting anew with the way after this train derailment, and so the way
Yeah.
David says, like I thought we were becoming friends, and then if you pull that trigger, I'm gonna I'll leave and I'm gonna move to New York, and it's just such a good way of, I guess like he knows how to use a proper argument against his son. And I don't know. I just thought I just thought it was really well written.
It was,
Yeah, and
it was
also
really
just how-
heartbreaking too.
Yeah.
Like especially that.
Yeah,
line.
just how it's like used as well to inform like our understanding of what their relationship was before the inciting incident.
Yeah.
Because like we're just dropped into the
Yeah.
plot, obviously, but it's like very naturally filled in as the film goes on. Like, what exactly was the family
Yeah.
dynamic before David realizes
Yeah.
his potential?
Yeah, because after the crash, and he comes out of the hospital room, and all the families are waiting in the waiting room, and then
it's heartbreaking.
he embraces Robin Wright, his son, and then the son forces their hands to hold each other's hands, and then as the camera comes down to their hands, and then they just let go, and we don't really know these characters, but that's such a great way to wordlessly say like, oh yeah, this relationship is on the ropes. And also with the prior bit of when he's talking to
when he's like gonna cheat on his wife.
Yeah, he takes the ring off.
And I think I really love also. There's a moment in the movie where the wife goes and knocks on David's door, and she asks if he's ever been with anyone else, and he said no. But then like it was like a day or two later in the movie, and she's like, I want to start again. I want to try this again, because she realized how quickly and how easily you can lose someone you care for in your life, and there's no point like whatever argument they had or anything, it's not worth the relationship they've built and the care and love they have for each other. I think it's a really, really sweet moment.
Yeah.
That specifically that moment, because she's like in tears and she really wants to try again. Like she's trying hard and she doesn't want him to leave. And then it's revealed that he actually got the job in New York, but then he doesn't end up moving. What a great,
it's so well done.
Family. It's such a great love story. At the core.
And because at their date scene, or during the date scene, she asks like, when was the first time you think we weren't going to make it? And he tells the story of he had a nightmare and he didn't wake her up to comfort him, and that was the first time he realized that maybe the relationship wasn't working. And then later on in the film, I think it's after he takes down the criminal, he like lifts her up the stairs into the bedroom, and then he essentially waking her up to tell her, I had a nightmare, and then she comforts him. It's just such a good way of like, here's the setup and here's the resolution, and it's just so well done.
Yeah.
And I really like that bit. And also that bit when it's revealed that he did get the job in New York after when they've just taken over the babysitter, which is just after their first date. And Robin Wright, I wrote it down. Oh my god, please. Oh my god.
Okay.
No, you talk in between. No, you talk.
Okay, because I was going to say, while you're finding that, I just wanted to bring up a really like hilarious and relatable line that comes up in the film where I think it's right after he he first discovers that when he touches people, he
Yeah.
like sees like the gun and everything, and then he's coming back, and his son runs over and says, "Dad, come play football with us." And he's like, "Oh no, I don't want to." And then the son's like, "I already told them you were playing." He's like, "Why'd you do that?" It's so funny.
Yeah.
He's like, "Why'd you tell them that I'm good?
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
good." I
Yeah.
thought that was so fucking relatable and funny.
Yeah.
Where it's like he's getting like forced into something that he doesn't want to do,
Yeah.
because of like a lie that was told. I thought it's just so relatable and so funny.
Yeah, yeah. But I really like that scene when he notices the guy with the gun, and because it's just the camera's just tracking behind him and Elijah as they talk, and then like to the side of the screen, you barely see that he brushes that guy's arm, and like in that, and then the camera pushes in on David, and everything goes quiet, and obviously he's realized, he had like a kind of vision that guy would have a gun, but it's done before we've actually seen his powers, and I think it's just a really good way of showing that like, yeah, this guy does have like some special thing about him.
Yeah.
But back to the part after their first, their second first date, that because they call it their first date again. Robin Wright says, "I don't expect you or I to change the course of our lives because of one date," and I think that's really like indicative of David, because when they were initially dating and they have that car crash, because he said because Audrey says to Elijah, like, because he asked them how did they meet, and she says in that car crash, and so obviously in that car crash they hadn't known each other for too long, but even with that being the case, David still lied and said that he had broken his arm and he gave up his dream of being a football player just to be with Audrey. And so her saying that line of just, over this one little thing we don't have to change our lives, I think it speaks to the fact that David's already made that kind of decision before, and so he'd be fine with making it again.
Wow,
Yeah, true.
that's great. Actually, I didn't really even consider that, but that's beautiful.
It helps that I've seen it 3 times.
Yeah.
I guess I know what to look out for.
Unlike me, we'll get to the lighthouse, but it's like that one shot in the
Yeah.
opening of the movie I didn't even know existed. I've seen it like 5 times.
No, I couldn't remember that. I didn't remember that either, though.
But anyway, yeah, that's a really beautiful like parallel in that movie that I didn't even know.
Yeah.
That, like, he's willing to sacrifice another huge, like, life-changing opportunity just to be with someone that he loves.
Yeah.
It's like, it's sweet.
Yeah. It's just so well written.
Because he's a family man. He's a family bloke. But it's even shown that he's a real big family man when he's like really testing out his powers at like that train station, and he's like touchy-feely with everyone.
Yeah.
I love just using it in a very ominous terms of his superpowers. But it's like, he sees like a rapist and everything, but then when he comes across a guy that's held a family hostage, he's like, he's gonna go save that family, probably because it's like it's happening in the now. Like that's probably why he chose the decision. But it's also more effective that it's a family that he goes and saves, and it's just another like point that he really is a family man, and he doesn't want to see other families ripped apart because of bad men.
Yeah. It's a great scene because he has to like weigh the evils of what he's like seeing, because he sees a thief and he sees a rapist, and then he sees that murderer, and so he has to weigh who is like more important to like save or to
he's
to
only
vindicate.
allowed to save like one, like he's limited, essentially.
And it's so great that in that scene when he does go to that family's house and saves the kids, that they also save him, and I think that's just so wonderful.
One thing I want to bring up in that scene where he goes and saves the family, when he's pushed out the window, it's shot, and I mentioned this to Alex after I watched it, but it's shot in a way that it looks like he's hit the curb. Like the edge of the pool looks like the curb, and the black pool mat looks like the road. If you go back and look at it, I reckon he's purposely framed it to mislead us into thinking he's landed on a pool, which is his weakness, because his weakness is water. And what was that thing he said? Alex?
Because he lands on like the pool cover, and then And well, because just to add on to that, how it looks like a road, and because it's the way like it's shot as the pool cover falling into the water, it's like it was very much shot as like, oh yeah, this is a pool, by the way. So that does make sense, that reading,
Yeah.
Jacob. But yeah, what I had said to Jacob was, if I was in that situation, in like a trench coat, in my full attire, in boots, and then I suddenly started sinking with a plastic tarp engulfing me, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm drowning.
I
That's it.
give
no,
up.
Game
I
over.
think everyone's
My
dead.
family will somehow learn that I snuck into another property's pool and drowned like an idiot. And that's it. Game over. I didn't save anybody.
But another thing that I'm only like just sort of like I'm playing the scene back in my head, and as like because he's kind of in the middle, and as the pool mat, which is black, starts like falling down, it's like darkness is enshrouding around him, and he has to find the will to live. Look at that! That's so deep. Oh my god! I just thought of that. But you know, like
Yeah.
because it's like a
Whoa, it's
black
deep,
cloud
bro.
that's just completely like engulfed him, and that it only takes the will of a
And
family.
also maybe that the pool cover almost looking like an extension of his trench coat is like some fucking reading that if he doesn't pace himself, he'll die from his
That's true.
heroics.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. And
But yeah, David Suchet, the costume also is just like, you know,
Yeah, I know.
minimalist.
And I
but
love
it's a perfect costume.
the
It's a trench
newspaper
coat.
like picture of him, and like the very last
Yeah.
shot, and the son like goes, "Oh my god, Daddy, it's you!"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Shut up, son." And the wife hears, "She gonna beat me, boy."
Why are you
That's
fucking ruining the
that's
scene?
verbatim. No, that's verbatim.
That's exactly what they said.
say in this
I
scene.
quoted
That's
it.
such a great. That's like
Yeah,
my
it's
favorite
so
scene in the whole
beautiful.
movie.
It's such a good scene.
Well, I can't
Yeah.
remember that. No, that's not the final scene. 'Cause the final scene's the handshake.
No, because after that,
No.
he goes
That's
to the
right.
gallery
That's right.
and he talks to the mum.
The final scene is when he reveals the motivations of the best character in the movie,
Yeah.
which is Elijah.
So yeah, M. Night Shyamalan film. So twist ending, and
What?
and
the
I was
twist?
because before I had seen this film when I first watched it, I knew of the twist, so I was already looking
I had
out
no
for
idea
things,
of it.
and because of that fact, the twist seemed like very telegraphed and like I knew it was coming. But you guys both said you didn't see it coming, which is right.
But
I didn't
that's
see it
also
coming
like
at all,
I didn't know the twist to the Sixth Sense, but the Sixth Sense one was like I called it very early on, but I didn't actually know of it before I saw it. But this one,
yeah.
I had no idea, like because I forgot that Shyamalan's films like have twists at the end, so I was just kind of I was like, oh damn, this is what a great like heartfelt movie, and then when they shook hands, I went, oh yeah, I'm watching an M
Yeah.
Night movie.
And like, oh yeah, this
Because
man's
I
a
saw,
terrorist.
I've seen like The Village and all that, and The Village has like two big twists, and that's kind of like I think that was my first Shyamalan movie was The Village, yeah.
Shamalama
But
Ding
yeah,
Dong.
when it's revealed that Glass is a fucking terrorist, and it's like he dresses like a
Yeah.
supervillain. He's in a fucking purple suit. He's got a glass walking cane.
Yeah.
It's like if I saw that motherfucker at an airport, I'd arrest him. I don't know. You look evil.
Yeah.
But it's just the perfect like it's just like the perfect like I love that the telegraph is just even just the fact that like Glass himself like labels himself as like David's opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very end.
and
Yeah.
frames it initially in just like the fact that I'm weak and you're not.
Yeah.
But then like later on that's fully fleshed out. It's like the hero, the
Yeah.
villain.
But I
Yeah.
love how like hypocritical that is as well, because he's like, we've got the exact same weakness. You're weak to water, I'm weak to water. Motherfucker, your weakness is stairs. You don't get to talk that water is your weakness. Everything's your weakness. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Like, but he
Yeah,
kind of uses that as like leverage to say, like, we're the same in the sense that, we're very different. We're worlds apart, but at our core, we're the same. But it's like he just uses that as a manipulation tool to get his like twisted fantasy, which it really is. It's just a twisted fantasy. He's trying so hard to find a superhero.
That's what I loved about the like reveal is that like Samuel L. Jackson basically being the villain. It means that like you're able to take everything that he said about David and like question it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it becomes part of the questions of the film, because before you're like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, David became a security guard because, yeah, I'm sure he did because he's secretly a superhero. But later on, like, I feel like because of the fact that Samuel L. Jackson is like being manipulative and stuff, you're able to be like, okay, you know, there's like
Yeah.
a
It's all very-
fugazi element. Like
Yeah.
maybe he was just like, maybe David's not special at
Yeah.
all,
Mm.
and he just
Yeah,
happens to
yeah.
have a special ability. But that doesn't mean that like we need to take on board all these other things that Glass
Yeah,
says
it's
about
all
him.
very recontextualized.
I also just want to.
Which just
Oh no, you go.
yeah, so
You go first.
Oh, I was just gonna say, which just adds to the rewatches of the film that you can have.
Yeah.
Because everything has a second meaning. But yeah, you go, Jacob.
I just want to say that I actually completely fucking forgot that Samuel L. Jackson is Elijah. He's so unrecognizable. Because in a lot of
Yeah.
movies, I have the issue where I'm like, oh, that's Samuel L. Jackson, motherfucker. You know, he's always saying that shit. But in this movie, it's definitely not because the motherfucker line is absent, but because he's just, I don't know, he's so. I guess this is also a testament to how good M. Night's directing is, but Samuel L. Jackson is completely unrecognizable. That I forgot that he even was played by him. But I'm sure if I watch, Glass, I will know. Oh, that's Samuel L. Jackson. But I think it's just with this movie, he's like, he's so unrecognizable.
Well, it's just the character as well.
Yeah.
Like it's Samuel L. Jackson playing just a completely different type of person that he would never.
Yeah, exactly.
He would never play, and I just love his hair.
Yeah, his hair is good.
This movie because, Samuel L. Jackson is like, apparently he's like a hair actor, and it's just like
a hair actor,
just love his hair.
Yeah,
just great hair. And then Bruce Willis doesn't have any hair.
But it's still really good.
He doesn't have any because he's the opposite.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But also people say. I thought I was gonna not like the text scroll at the end, but I actually thought it was pretty fitting.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I think it
nice.
just adds to the comic book element of the whole film.
It gives the feeling that like because we basically the scene itself pauses in the moment before the ending of the story, but then the little information boxes tell us what happened after. It just feels like a comic book. It feels like it adds to the continuousness of like how a comic book might play out in this world, and how these characters' stories would continue without actually having to give them, they didn't need continuations, they didn't need sequel films.
Yep, but they still
because
made it.
I reckon I feel like that was an executive push though, making Split into the.
No, that was him. That was completely.
That was all him.
He did that without the execs knowing. Why? He bought the rights to Unbreakable and did that.
Why?
Because he wanted to make. Because originally this film was going to be this film and Split in one, but he's like, but he just figured I can flesh out this David Dunn story and just make that a whole film, and then years later he's like, I'm gonna go revisit like my original idea for that story, and so he made Split.
I reckon Split would have been much better if it was made around the same time as Unbreakable.
Yeah, because I find Split pretty underwhelming. I think that's honestly just a fine film.
Yeah,
but would he have had all these characters in the one picture, even though Glass, and I guess he would have reworked it all.
Yeah, he would have reworked it, I guess. But like the original idea was to have this big, kind of epic, but he just got rid of all that shit and just all killer, no filler, and that's what he ended up doing.
It's interesting.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot what it was now.
Yeah, another big thing is like Bruce Willis in like mid to late 80s onwards. Like thanks to Die Hard for like bringing him out of his known comedy roles. And it's like, and then Die Hard was his first like big action film where he finally started making it in Hollywood, which is pretty cool. It's like you wouldn't picture it, but Die Hard has created so many like iconic Bruce Willis performances because he was just before that he was just like a sitcom actor.
Yeah, he was in Moonlight. He was in Moonlighting, which is meant to be a good show, but before Die Hard, kind of nothing.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
pretty cool though.
he's really good in this movie.
I
That-
think, well, Sixth Sense, I assume he's really good
Yeah.
in as well, but
Yeah,
this
he-
is
he's
like
really good in
an
Sixth
amazing
Sense.
character.
Yeah, because that final scene where he shakes Elijah's hand and it's just a shot of him like really small in the frame, and it's just a wide of his like reaction. God, the horror in his face. It's so well done.
But even just like the amount of empathy, like
Yeah.
his characters afforded, and just like it's incredible how much like emotion and sensitivity David has
Mm.
in his in Bruce Willis's performance of him.
Yeah.
That like stuck out to me the most is that I just like didn't I just wouldn't expect it from Bruce Willis, but
Yeah. Fair enough.
Do you think like M Night's like direction was like he went up to Bruce's ear and went, "I have your entire family strapped to bombs in my basement," and then just like went, "All right, and action," and just like let him like digest everything M Night said, because like he really does show like true horror, like of that sort. Like if like he's like, "Holy fuck, you fucking murdered hundreds of people just to find me," and imagine having that weight on your shoulders now, where it's like all these people died to find me.
Yeah.
And it brings up like the other point that I had, where it's like you might not even know you're a superhero unless something like this happens.
Yeah.
Like he would have never known, never like suspected anything. You know, it's only until things started getting questioned that he's like, "Oh, maybe I am a superhero," and that's
Well,
a
for me,
really cool angle to look at.
for me, like what I love about it the most is just that it draws upon like and this is what I like about Glass. He's like, as a villain, even though his motivations, are very flowery and pretentious, like at the end of the day, he's a weak person trying to recapture power through violence,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is very prominent. It's just like so relevant for us, like for our modern day. It's just like he's basically like an incel before an incel was a thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
Being like, the only way I'm gonna imbue meaning into my own life is if I find a higher cause, and the only way I'm gonna do that is by mass genociding people and
Yep.
just
Yeah.
slaughtering people.
Yeah. But yeah, this movie is so good.
it's fantastic.
It's so good that I never want to watch Glass. I
Fuck
refuse to ever watch that film.
Yeah, that's
Just wait
fair.
for my trilogy episode.
Don't you fucking dare. Yeah. Oh, the music as well. The music be bopping in this film, and it's so good.
Music's
Oh, yeah,
great.
it's really
The
good.
main theme, but also it's just so good throughout. Just fantastic. Yeah. Anyway, 5 out of 5. No faults. That's my rating.
Wow, just straight into it. All right, no segue into. Let's give our final thoughts and scores. All right,
Well, yeah. Well, do you want to talk about it anymore?
No, I'm happy with everything that's been mentioned. So you give, if you think 5 out of 5, Alex.
Yeah.
I mean, fair. I mean, it's. I mean, just
What?
like the Seventh Seal, I gave both 4.5 on
Same.
Letterboxd, but I'm sure the more and more that I watch them, the more and more I'll get out of it. So I mean, probably a 2. no,
You bastard.
I don't know.
You can give it a 4. It's not against the law.
Yeah, just admit that it's not as good as Seventh Seal.
That's a
Yeah,
lie.
I mean, I don't know if it's a lie, but
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Probably a 4. But if we ever revisit this, I'd probably bump up to a 5. But it's close. It's close to a 5.
I
It's
should've
very
given-
close to a
I
5.
should have given the 7th Seal a 4. I regret everything.
Fuck you, Alex.
It's
I was gonna give
confirmed.
Unbreakable a 5, but now that you said that,
Nah. Yeah,
Nah,
yeah, 4. That's fair.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 4.
Yeah.
A very strong 4.
that's fair
Very,
enough.
very strong 4.
Yeah.
An unbreakable 4. Hey!
Oh, ayo.
Look at that. Audience love that. They love these callbacks and these references.
They love him.
They love them.
Yeah, I give the movie a 5
That is what we like to hear.
because you know what? I don't get to feel those kind of things in movies a lot.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of shit movies this year. I've watched a lot of pretentious movies,
Yeah.
and like when I get to watch a movie that just like fucking gets it, like just fucking understands
Yep.
how to write human beings, you know, and just like the scene with his son, like wordless, you know. I
Yeah.
mean, a grown man could cry tears watching that scene.
Yeah, yeah.
A grown man probably got close to crying
Yep.
on a Monday afternoon watching that scene.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder who.
You
I
know?
wonder
Crazy.
what kind of grown man. Yeah.
Because that's real shit,
Yeah.
you know. That's what movies are about.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, yeah, I got
feel.
just amazing shit
Yeah.
like that. So
I got chills multiple times watching this film. And
yeah,
it's like my
and it's
third
just
time.
a sense of another thing that I didn't really get to, that I only just remembered I wanted to say about this movie was just the way that like there's so much like grandiosity in it. Just the way that Glass like delivers just so many cold ass lines, you know.
Yeah.
Just about how like, did you ever think that you're like fuck, just cold shit, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you ever think that your life had a purpose type shit? Just cold, like it's just cold.
Yeah, he's
like
straight
you
savage.
can make a TikTok. You can make a TikTok edit out of just this dude's lines,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and just like it's just so cool. And you know, I love comic books so much.
Yeah. Real.
And you know, I'm glad that someone felt that so strongly that they made a movie that's like
Yeah.
this. It's unlike any other movie I've ever watched.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whilst also just being like so full of character and just feeling, you know, like such a beautiful movie to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And I'll watch it a lot more times. I bought it on Blu-ray like the day that I watched it, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get a lot of use out of that disc.
Yeah, I had
So-
the Wi-Fi was down, and I was already at JB Half-Fighter by Eddington, and I saw Unbreakable there, and I went, I gotta watch it. So I bought Unbreakable on 4K, and I watched it on 4K.
Fuck you think you're better than me?
Yep. Nah, it was 20. It was,
We all watched it on
it was,
4K.
it was $20, so I thought I'd pick it up as an absolute steal.
You think you're
They didn't
better
have the
than me.
Unbreakable 4K when I went.
Oh, that's such
That's
a rip.
bullshit.
It was only on Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray was like $10. It was like $9.98.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
steal.
Yeah, true.
I stole it practically.
Stole, just walked out right out of
You
it.
took it and ran.
But yeah.
Ran.
great
Another movie we'll
Fun
talk
great
about
movie.
one day.
Monday.
Yes.
I'm sure we'll do a Kurosawa film,
Yeah.
episode. Yeah. Well,
Alright.
do you want to talk
Does
about...
the
Akira
keeper of the
August.
lighthouse want to introduce the final
Yeah.
film
Hey, oh.
Yeah,
that we're
Jackal?
going to talk about this week?
My film is The Lighthouse.
Give a quick synopsis of this one, Jake.
Yeah, fuck. What an episode to start synopsises on, because how the fuck do I describe this movie? The light.
I feel like this is the easiest one to
Yeah, to be
synopsize.
fair, it is. So, The Lighthouse, directed
Yeah.
by Robert Eggers, starring Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. It's just about two lighthouse keepers, like, trapped on an island, watching over the lighthouse, and they go fucking insane. That's it. That's the movie. That's
Yep.
the
Yep.
movie with spoilers, and that's the movie without spoilers. That's just like,
Basically, you're right.
like
you're
you,
right.
you can't really spoil this movie, like, unless you're getting spoiled of like visuals and themes and ideas. But like, in terms of what happens in this movie, if you really think about it, fucking nothing happens. Like, it's just you're just watching two guys go insane.
What a way to describe one of your favorite films.
And that sounds like a bad thing. It's not. Like,
No,
this movie is
film's
about
damn
nothing
good.
but everything at the same time.
It's like everything, everywhere, all at
Oh my
once.
god.
What?
Well,
Madam Marble
But,
flipping
yeah, I don't
upside
know,
Yeah,
down
this,
like a
this
witch.
movie's I'll be honest. I thought that I liked The Northman
yeah.
and I liked Nosferatu. But they weren't like my favorite movies ever.
Mhm.
I thought they could have been better. I haven't watched The Witch.
The witch is good.
But this movie has the
You're lucky.
sauce.
It's
You
got
had
the
me
sauce,
there in the
alright.
first half when you were like, yeah, I thought you were gonna say you're gonna shit on this movie, but I agree. The Northman's definitely
Nah,
his
no,
weakest.
This movie is on another. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna say anything. Like, I don't want to shit talk the other movies, but this movie's on another
Yeah.
level.
That's fair enough. That's
This
fair
is
enough.
quality. It is so unique.
Oh yeah.
It is so fucking oppressive. the filmmaking, just everything about this movie. I watched this at 2 a.m.
That's terrifying.
and then I watched it earlier today. But just fucking like, oh my god, just so uncomfortable and just like ominous and ghoulish and fucking just every single just all the adjectives.
Use them all.
Just put 'em
this
all
movie
here.
is very it's like it's loud, it's in your face, and it doesn't stop. It's relentless. Like pretty immediately, you have the foghorn going, and when when Robert Pattinson's throwing the coal into the machine to keep the foghorn going, it's so
The machinery.
loud.
Yeah.
I watched this at like 10 o'clock. And my TV, I had to like keep adjusting the volume because I was gonna wake everyone up with this fucking foghorn. It's doing its job.
It's got such great sound design.
It's so good.
It's really immersive.
The rain,
it really
the foghorn,
reels you into the
lights,
film.
You can hear ship sounds, the creaking, the farting. Oh my god, Robert Eggers brought back fart humor and in its best form. All those
funny,
farts, those
I
smelly farts, like that line that Robert
'Cause I was-
Pattinson says when he's losing his shit,
Yeah.
blaming Willem Dafoe for farting all the time. Those stinking farts.
Because I was watching the audio commentary, which this film surprisingly has. This Eggers just talking about the film as it's happening, and he literally just says, "Yeah, like after doing The Witch and like while doing this film, like I realized how like kind of oppressive and like depressing that these films are going to be. So to add levity, I added like fart jokes." And
That's
like, yeah,
so cool.
that sounds fair enough.
I love that he did that, but I feel like the fart jokes are a part of the oppression.
Yeah, no, yeah, because they're not like they don't feel out of place.
Man, like if you were stuck with the dude you hated and that motherfucker's dropping those bombs, my god,
Yeah, because
this is not comfortable.
Because what's really cool is they shot on location, like on an island, but they built the lighthouse. Because those shots where you see the camera like craning up from like when they're climbing the lighthouse tower, they literally cut the lighthouse in half. Like it was like a set that they could pull apart, and they had the camera just going up as they were walking up the spiral staircase. It's so cool.
It's so cool. The filmmaking
is so cool. It'd be so cold, like filming.
Oh yeah, no, because it was awful. Because Eggers said it was either raining or they had to induce fake rain. So it doesn't matter what it was. It was always this wet.
It was always fucking wet.
Like imagine the wet socks all the time. Oh my.
Oh yeah, because he said there was one day where they could like take their clothes off and dry them like in the sun, and that was like, but not even one day, one afternoon. Cause like, and that was it over like the 3-month shoot.
That's horrible.
Fuck that.
But in a way, I feel like that like harsh like film making like experience just added to the movie.
Definitely
it just added so much. Like you can see how fucking exhausted those two men are. Like not only from like from a story point of view, but you just know that like you woke up that morning to go to set. It's probably like 3 a.m. You're like, it's gonna be cold again. Like you do not want to go to set.
Yeah.
Like at all.
It definitely adds to it. But also like how, and I would also add because of Eggers, he's such a stickler for historical accuracy, and so everything, and so you know the actors would already feel so immersed in the film.
Yeah.
Because you're living in that world essentially. You're like in a time machine.
Yeah. I'd love to be on one of his sets. Oh my god.
Oh, it'd be so good.
I'd give anything just for a day.
Yeah.
For an hour.
Well, actually, and because on the Lighthouse, because of the film stock they were using, and like the black and white negative, if they wanted to like have something in frame, but then have it be like a black fall off and just be into darkness, they had to use really, really powerful lights. And he said that even like during night scenes, that like all the crew would have to wear sunglasses.
Oh my god!
And because during like the dinner scenes between Pattinson and Dafoe, because this is like that one single little lamp that in between them, and that's the only like light source, that thing would be like blindingly blindingly bright.
It's fucking good.
And Dafoe and Pattinson couldn't even like see each other because it was that bright.
Oh my fucking god! No way.
That's why like when they cut to like
Fortnite.
cut to like a close up of Dafoe, his eyes are super dilated because in real life, they'd be super wide, but they're
Yeah.
just they're like pinholes because
Yeah.
it's super bright in there.
Oh my lord.
And that's just like a quick aside.
But
into the
in a
film
way,
making.
that kind of like adds to the whole thing with like
Yeah.
the lighthouse and the light being like a controlling like force
Yeah.
of like fucking higher up evil or like higher up powers that we can't understand. Like it's got
Yeah.
its grasp on him. And
Yeah.
that's cool. I love that
Yeah, it's
shit.
cool. Yeah,
Gimme.
and because like you said before, how with the techno crane shot, how it goes up through the whole lighthouse
Yeah.
and then to the top. Because Eggers described when Pattinson was working in like the bowels of the
Oh, yeah,
lighthouse
yeah.
in the coal room, and then how the camera goes all the way up to the light. It was as if like they were in hell, and then as we go up, it's like heaven, like the light is heaven,
Oh,
and
that's
the
cool.
bowels of the room were like hell, which I think is cool.
Yeah, that's really awesome. You're fun to me, lobster, ain't you? What a
so
great!
funny.
You're fond
Like,
of me,
I have
lobster,
never seen
ain't
a
you?
man
You're fond
more
of it.
crushed and devastated than Willem Dafoe crying over his lobster. It's so funny, but you feel so bad for it. It's like the only thing he actually cares about is the light and his cooking. And
Yeah.
when both are insulted, he has no choice but to curse Robert Pattinson to the deepest depths of the sea. It's so funny.
Yeah. But
Actually,
that
another
yeah.
very emotion that like really hit was when Robert Pattinson threw the shit pan.
Yeah.
The shit flew
So
back at him.
fucking funny.
It's such a
so
guttural
visceral.
scream. It's yeah, because like the scream's on him for like a second. Like you hear him for a second and then it just cuts away, but it's so funny.
He's just like got the pans and
It's
just like
hilarious.
Yeah.
But
And then
what
you
the
see the
fuck
shit
did he
chunk.
think was gonna
I know.
happen?
Why didn't he just like slowly drop it down?
Oh, went
But
to
to be
the other
fair,
side.
But, like you're showing his like ineptitude throughout the film because like he carries the entire oil drum up the stairs when he could have just
Yeah.
used like a little thing to carry it up. So it's in character.
yeah, he's a fuckwit,
Yeah.
but he's a lovable
But,
fuckwit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, you don't want to like mess with him too hard, otherwise he'll kill you with an axe.
To be fair, he was attacked first with the axe.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. You didn't have to go make Willem Dafoe act like a dog though. Like bark from it.
Bark for me, dog.
Yeah, but I feel like it's part of
Yeah.
because we briefly spoke about the movie prior to recording, like a few hours ago, and Alex told me that there would be anal sex in it, and
Oh,
what I will say
Yeah,
is
a
that
joke.
there's no anal sex in it, but I
Metaphorically.
definitely
But
did
it's-
think that there was going to be anal sex for like most of the movie because there's so much gay energy going on.
yeah, there is a lot of
Yeah.
homosexual.
And they
yeah,
almost kiss. It's like,
Like,
what
they
the
almost
fuck?
kiss.
Yeah, I
But it's
love
so
that
funny,
dancing
'cause they-
scene.
Because it's so funny
slow
because
dancing.
they almost kiss and then immediately they start beating each other up.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
we
so
can't be
good.
gay. I'm gonna hit you now.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And then
It's
after that, they
hilarious.
make up again.
That's
It's just so fucking.
Yeah,
Fortnite.
but that dude, what a segue. But before you mentioned the curse that Defoe does on Patterson, yeah, which is just like so well performed. But
Yeah, and
like,
he doesn't
the
blink.
curse it's
He doesn't blink at
Yeah,
all during that whole
and 'cause-
monologue.
and because the curse itself is just really great foreshadowing for the like ending of the film because in the monologue he's essentially telling Robert Pattinson how he's going to die because he says the souls of dead sailors like peck and claw and feed upon you,
Ooh.
and that's what ends up happening. And because I read as well that aspect like plays into how it's very much an allegory of
Purgatory.
Prometheus and
Oh, right.
Poseidon, and how like Defoe is Poseidon, and how he predicted
Oh, yeah.
his like confidant's death and whatnot, and which
What the fuck?
and Poseidon, like the I guess king of the sea or god of the sea or whatever he was, adds to the fact that when Pattinson goes up to the lighthouse and sees Defoe like jerking off, and then he sees he's like coming, like the slime comes down and it's just like a
Yeah.
tentacle, and like it adds to the whole like sea element of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And also
'Cause
also
also-
Pattinson's
oh,
vision of like
Yeah, when
Defoe
he's
was like
it's
a
like a
some sort
mermaid
of
or whatever that.
sea creature.
Yeah.
Because I saw like the whole movie is like an allegory for purgatory, and
Yep.
that because you always see sailors come and go, and then they always go off in the distance. You don't see it's like they're just surrounded by emptiness, and that's like when they leave, they're it's like beyond to heaven or hell, whatever way they end up. It's like Patterson kind of ends up in hell, forever suffering, being pecked at
Mm.
and eaten by crabs and seagulls. And
Yeah.
but that's also like it's like like everything kind of foreshadows him ending up in that spot, like when he kills the seagull. Immaculate
and
scene.
the wind changes.
Immaculate.
Yeah.
When he
Oh, yeah.
grabs that
That's such a good
fucking
scene.
seagull and
Yeah,
beats
just
fucking
the
slams
shit
it.
out of it.
Oh yeah, that shit's crazy.
But one of the things I really loved about this movie, and like how it was like presented and kind of paced was that like there's it doesn't really feel like there's this like pretense that like initially they get along and then like it sours.
Yeah.
It feels like right
Yeah.
from the go they just fucking hate each other. And
Yeah.
in the first act, pretty much like the first third and a bit of the movie, it's all just like, oh well, the only like light pretty much is that Robin Pattinson's like, well, I'm gonna leave soon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And as soon as that's snatched away, it just gets it's just like everything is just as bad. Like it's just everything is just worse because
and
of
it's
it.
such a great
And I love
it's such a great turn in the narrative as well, because he's like, oh, we just missed them. And then Defoe's like, "What do you mean, bro? We've missed it. Like it's been weeks." And it's just such a great like. It's such a great mind. It's such a great mind fuck.
I love that
Because you don't know what to believe.
Yeah. Has it been weeks? Like, did they just miss them
Yeah, how long
by a
have-
few days?
How long have we been on this rock? Has it been?
And that's
weeks,
Yeah,
like-
I
4
just
days?
I just
Help me
love the
recollect.
constant reinforcement that Defoe is more sane than Pattinson, but at the same
yeah.
time Defoe's fucking crazy. So
Yeah.
it's just no one is to be
Yeah.
trusted.
Yeah, and because Defoe like he lies about his leg because he says initially like he broke it like helping nuns or something,
Yeah.
but then later he says like, oh yeah, he broke like it doesn't work properly because of scurvy, and even Pattinson's like, what so which story is it? And you don't know because they're just constantly lying to each other.
Yeah.
And because there's the whole reveal of Pattinson being a different guy because he stole the identity of his foreman.
Yeah. There's oddly a lot of jacking off in this movie as well. Like Patterson.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Jacks
just
off to the
it's just
man.
very
I mean,
it's
Like
just
twice,
like
yeah.
I feel like the sexual repression was
It's a
one of
part
the
of
most
it.
prominent things that I noticed in this film. It's just
Yeah,
like loneliness, like equal,
isolation.
like sexual repression is like and like I guess like sexual, I don't know, just like they can't have sex is like an hour is
Yeah.
loneliness pretty much. It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
a constant symbol of loneliness.
Yeah.
And it's
Um,
like, yeah, it's the whole movie's just so. It's just so well done. I love it because
It's
there's this shot and it's of the whole like lighthouse. It's just when the storm starts coming in. I just loved
Yeah.
the way it looked, like with the rain and the grain of the film, and
yeah.
I could.
It's immaculately done.
It's,
Yeah,
so-
I'm so
It's
I
a-
was
It's
so
a crime.
glad.
It's a crime. It's a crime. It was only nominated for best cinematography,
It's
which
bullshit.
makes sense. But like
Damn.
everything else was just ignored. Like, come on, man.
like their performances.
Like, what
do they-
Defoe
what do they
and
know?
Patterson, incredible. Just like
Oh yeah.
they should win an Oscar just for fucking learning and memorizing those lines. Because how the fuck
Yeah.
do you even pronounce half the words that they're saying? Like,
Yeah.
actually getting
exactly.
a Robert
Nah,
Eggers
it
script
would've-
and going,
it
what
feels
the
like
fuck?
it would have
So
had to. It really feels like it just would have had to be rehearsed like
Immense.
Yeah.
so many
And 'cause-
times.
Because in that Seacoast scene, because Eggers was like, oh yeah, we'll just do like I guess reverse shot for this, and Defoe's like, oh no, it's alright. I memorized the whole thing. It's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just do it in one shot then.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. It's like, oh damn, like that's like the level of acting that they were on.
Because Eggers is very, very consistent. Like, all his films are, in my opinion, I the only one that, like, I think
Except for-
is fine is The Northman. It's the only one that that
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of. Probably, I think he went. I think
Yeah.
it was too big. I don't know.
Yeah, too
It's too
grand, I
grand. I
guess.
like it when he's like he's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
focused on something. Like
Yeah,
the
that's fair-
witch is just a
that's fair enough.
family, about a family in the woods, and then like the lighthouse is two guys on an island, and then Nosferatu
Yeah.
really. I mean, even though you kind of go all over like the European and you know where Transylvania and
I
stuff.
can't remember where it's. I can't remember where it's.
It's still a very focused narrative on more
Yeah.
of people than of space, but I feel like
mean-
the Northman was too big with characters and space, but you kind of gotta
I mean, I guess even then for the Northman, it was very much like a personal journey of this character just being consumed by vengeance.
yeah. I still really like it
because it's
but
very much because it's like
ridiculous.
it's an adaptation of Hamlet. Well, I think
yeah.
was
Some-
pretty
an
much,
yeah.
interpretation of it.
Well, it's also just it's so like
I need to rewatch
the
the
main
movie.
like I feel like theme and story focus is kind of like the prophecies and stuff, and I
Yeah.
feel like that kind of takes away from
Yeah.
it. Whereas like in this film and like I guess the other films that he's made, it's just like very character
Yeah.
focused.
yeah
Yeah,
It
fair
feels like all the themes, especially in this film, it feels like everything emanates from a real emotion that like a character is
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, I mean, I don't think this is like too bold to say, but I feel like this will be and is his best film. I don't think he'll make anything better than this.
Yeah.
He'll get close. Like in
Yeah.
my opinion, Nosferatu got quite close, but this one
Yeah,
still
I
has a
agree,
leg above
yeah.
it. And I feel like Werewolf is gonna
Yep.
follow somewhere in the middle.
Oh shit, yeah, he's making that as well.
I just hope that Anya Taylor-Johnson.
Yeah,
That's his name,
Aaron
right? Yeah.
Taylor-Johnson.
I just hope he's good in it because he was by far the
Yeah,
weakest part
Nosferatu.
of
But you got
Nosferatu.
Defoe returning in Werewolf,
You're right.
and because Defoe is in
Werewolf, yeah, yeah.
like
And
3 of his movies.
he's in. Yeah, well, he's in all of them except The Witch.
Yeah, all of them except the witch.
Yeah, yeah.
And they work so well together. And there was like a rumor going
Yeah.
around that, but it wasn't even a rumor. Like some motherfucker just went, because Robert Eggers said in an interview, I've offered Willem Dafoe these
Oh, that's
roles, and then everyone thought,
Yeah.
oh my god, he's doing Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and Willem Dafoe is playing
right.
Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde. And I want that. I want Robert Eggers to make that with Willem Dafoe as it, because they work so well together. They're such a perfect
Yeah.
match in
'Cause-
harmony.
Because isn't he also doing a Christmas Carol remake?
Yeah, he plays the
Well,
Scrooge
remake,
Yeah.
but
or whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Directed by Robert Eggers. Thank God he got like big recognition after The Lighthouse, because
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like The Lighthouse kind of flew under the radar for him.
I thought, yeah. Well,
I mean, it got
yeah,
him
well,
the
'cause
budget
after
for
that, he got-
Northman.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. And then I think especially because Nosferatu did really well at the
Yeah.
box office and also critically.
And
But I
Yeah.
guess the numbers speak larger. So
Yeah, the Northman
Yeah.
did well for COVID. I think it didn't make money.
It,
No, it's pre-COVID.
was it?
No, it was
No, I think it was
2020
during
or
Yeah, it was
2019.
2019.
But it would have been towards
Oh,
the
okay.
end. I know it was
No,
considered...
because the Lighthouse wasn't the Lighthouse 2019 or 2018?
Yeah, Lighthouse was 2019. Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on.
uh,
Which one? Which movie are we
Oh,
talking
the
about?
Northman.
The
Sorry, we're
Northman.
talking about the Northman.
Northman was post.
Yeah, it was like-
Post-COVID.
Yeah.
2022.
Because I think box.
But I guess it was in that
'Cause,
weird
yeah.
time. But at the same time, like Top Gun Maverick did a bunch of massive numbers.
Because that's just military propaganda. Everyone loves that shit.
Yeah, I know, but people were going
That
to the
movie
theaters. At
sucked.
that point.
Anyway,
Anyway, back to the Lighthouse.
well, on another episode, we'll talk about it.
yeah, that's for
But yeah,
another
back to the
episode.
Lighthouse.
Yeah, I know. No,
But,
fuck that. I don't wanna talk about
um,
shit.
Yeah, so much about this movie just works. There's that one shot that Alex and I adore. I know you would love it too, Taz. It's where Defoe has grabbed Robert Pattinson and his eyes is the light,
Yeah,
the lighthouse,
He's like,
and they're
'cause, yeah,
naked.
it
Oh yeah.
yeah, because it pays homage to a painting
Yeah,
that's called Hypnosis, which I think is very fitting for the film.
yeah,
Because like the whole time Pattinson's there, it's like he's kind of under the spell of Defoe,
Defoe
and
and
it's
the
him
light.
kind of questioning reality, and so him paying homage to that painting called Hypnosis is very fitting. It's just so much of this film just works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it feels like similar. It has a lot of parallels to Seventh Seal.
Yeah, it
I
does.
feel like
they're
in
very
like
similar.
Yeah,
how it was made, and I feel like in the same way where Seven Seal was taking like a lot from biblical stuff and like other
Yeah.
forms of literature,
yeah.
this movie feels like it took so much from like
mythology.
even know, like,
cosmic horror,
mythology,
There's a lot of readings of this film
Lovecraftian
you can have.
things. Like
Yeah.
it's just so period accurate as well. Like it's just
Yeah.
one of the most period accurate films I've watched, where it just feels like just the balls to write something in that dialect
Yeah,
for a movie runtime to me is like, you know, that's props.
Yeah.
yeah, and to still keep you engaged as well, and to like be able to
Yeah,
understand
and to
what's
like
happening.
still convey everything, and it's still be good. It's still good dialogue,
Yeah, yeah.
but just written in a completely different form that is just like works for the period.
Yeah,
It's I love that, man. I love all three of those men: Eggers, Patterson, and Defoe.
yeah.
They, my God, those three. It's
What a pairing.
It's like, because I didn't discover this movie until like 2021, maybe 2022. I know I watched it for the first time in 2022, but I think I heard about it in 2021, and it's I feel like that was a good time for me to discover it. But it's like I'm so glad that like stupid like underdeveloped film brain me didn't like turn away or stick his nose up at this movie,
Yeah,
and instead like embraced its like chaos. And now that my brain is more developed, it can like understand and actually break down why this movie's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally relate to that in every
Yep.
way. What
Yeah.
you just said.
yep. I agree. Yeah, same.
Because it's one of those movies that like it should be studied. Like there are so many movies that should be, but this is
Yeah.
definitely one of them that should be. I feel like every movie we spoke about today, every movie, there's been three, but you know, all three of these movies that were spoken about today should
Yeah.
be studied in, you know, film studies or you know, you can actually like break it down and analyze it for like any form
Yeah.
of. Just do it by yourself.
Rather than
Like not even for anything.
rather than like dressmaker
Oh fuck that shit.
Oh,
or the
fuck,
boy
let's
in the
not
striped
talk about that
pajamas
now.
and shit like that, and Whale Rider. Oh my god. Oh, the flashbacks.
But yeah, it's just.
I love how this film tracks insanity. I just love how each of the two leads kind of loop back on each other. They come back to things that they say earlier in the movie in just such an organic
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And the fact that both their
Yeah,
real
'cause
names are Thomas
when-
too. That's
Yeah,
very
like
cool.
adds to it. Like it's like they're one person.
Yeah, the parallels between them, like the
Yeah.
way that they're so connected.
And because
Yeah.
actually,
And, like-
just quickly to like while we're still on the topic that they're like kind of connected, Robert Pattinson hurts his leg at the end, and people are saying like that there was like
Yeah.
a theory that they are the same person.
Yeah, I guess that's fair enough.
Because obviously the
Um,
ending is that, but like
Yeah.
symbolically it showed that they just became the same person, just hungry
Yeah.
for power, and then they held power over whoever was smaller, which is, you know, even more representative of when he makes Defoe
Yeah.
bark like a dog.
Yep. Yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah. That's a good point. And yeah, I guess to feed into like because Tess was saying how it's, you know, there's a lot of themes and how it feeds into different interpretations, and how a lot of this film it is inspired by mythology, and I haven't, to be fair, I haven't done much reading on this film, but I personally saw a lot of it being reminiscent of Icarus and the way Pattinson is constantly driving to see the light and to experience
to the
it, to
flame.
be in his
Yeah,
presence.
exactly.
And then when he eventually does get to it, after everything that is like sacrifice, he sees the light, and then he,
His
I
wings.
guess immediately like fails and dies essentially, like how Icarus got too close to the sun and burned, and how they're both, the sun and the lighthouse, they're both
Yeah,
a form of light.
really good reading.
And
man.
so I thought that was a parallel that I
Yeah,
noticed.
it definitely feels like like Defoe is trying to protect almost protect him, but also like selfishly keep
Yeah.
it for himself. But
yeah
Pattinson is just like so detached from everything, and in the end, he's just trying to find some way forward, like some sort of purpose.
And it also like
Yeah.
adds to the insanity. Like if I was with someone for like however many months, and they were like, "You can't go up there. It's all mine to see." I'd be like, "What the fuck is up there? I need to let me see it." You know, it's like his
Yeah.
motivations have come from a very real place, but it's just like
Yeah.
it's a bit hard for us to imagine being in that position, just because you know we've never really been locked, like stuck on an island for like.
Yeah.
Because normal, I think lighthouse keepers, the average was like 3 months, where they'd be stuck there either alone or with another person. How fucking dreadful would that
Yeah.
be? You have to get up like every
We'd
3
kill it.
hours or something
kill
to
it, bro.
relight the wick for the light to stay on.
Right.
Fuck
Yeah.
that. Fuck that.
Well,
But we could-
to me, that was what actually horrified me about this movie. Was I felt like someone
Yeah.
lived this.
Yeah.
And the way that they would have not necessarily that every symbol in the film is literal, but the fact that their understanding of the world and like what their culture was, if they were to have gone insane, this is
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
how they experienced it. That's
Yeah.
just really fucked with me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't shake the feeling that I was watching, that someone somewhere had felt this a long time ago,
Yeah.
and that is so horrible, and it should never be
There's actually this
experienced
story
again.
that I heard. Obviously, this is like 200 years ago, but there was a guy that was like being a wiki for the lighthouse. He ended up dying, and they forced his wife to take over for him. They said they'd be back in a week. They came back like 3 or 4 months later, and she had gone insane from the isolation.
How lovely. How lovely.
Because they just forgot about her. They're like, she'll be right. But like they forced her
Yeah.
to take over from her
I don't even
husband's
want to
shift.
think about that shit.
Because like obviously
yeah.
she would have needed money, and she was in no position to really turn it down. And then they're like, we'll be back in a week, and then they never came back until months later, when I think the new guy came in, and they're like, oh, why are you here? Why are you still here?
Bro,
But
my husband died.
she just was driven insane because of the isolation. And there's no phones, there's no internet or
Yeah.
anything, and especially back like 200 years ago,
I know.
you're just with your own thoughts.
Nah, fuck that.
Well,
like sleep.
they would have a
deprived.
library of books though.
Yeah, but
to
you'd be
fair.
so sleep
They would have
deprived.
They would have a
Like fuck that.
but that just adds to the experience though.
Nah, fuck that. You have to like constantly paint and maintain.
And that
the
was kind of-
house. like you'd be painting all day. You go to sleep. You have to get up every 3 hours, relight the wick, and then the next day you have to like fix all the tiles on the roof, and then like you have to paint it again a week later because of all the ocean salt that gets rid of the paint. Fuck.
Oh yeah,
that.
the damage from the salt in the air. My God, that would be the amount of rusting in that place. It'd be astounding.
Because
Oh my
yeah,
God.
full-time job.
Just always
They'd have to
having
replace
just
all the
always
nails.
like having no option as well. Like you're not getting fresh. You're just always
Yeah.
getting salty
yeah.
air.
and then like
Just snorting
and
that
then
too.
if you find a dead bird in the water, yeah, I'd probably kill a gull as well in response to that.
Yeah.
You can't blame it. You
Yeah.
can't blame a guy if you want drinking water and not just because I started drinking like turpentine or whatever
Yeah.
with like honey, and that just
Oh.
looks awful.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Great
like
night out with
so
the
much of
boys.
it is just like a reminder. That's why I love the farting and I love the wanking, and
Yeah.
he could have put shitting in there as well. But
Oh,
just
It
these
was a
like
shit joke.
gross
Well, I think
bodily
so, well, yeah.
functions. Yeah, exactly. Just these
Yeah.
gross bodily functions that like a normal narrative film about important people doesn't have. You don't show that stuff, but in this, it's like
Yeah,
this is the reality. This is the
Yeah.
world.
yeah,
It's because it's one of
Because-
those movies, and I feel like all of Eggers' movies are like this. No matter how mythological or anything it may be, it feels like it did happen. Like you've literally like peered into the lives of these people. But I think this is just becoming like a Robert Eggers segment, but like The Witch is really good in that sense, where that actually felt real. But same with this movie is like just the same, maybe even more so believable, because this could all be chalked up to, it is all just in their heads.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's like up
because-
to our interpretation whether it was real or not.
Yeah, and because would this film be classified as like a horror film?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I would classify it, but
because I wouldn't even classify it as a horror film. I don't know what I would classify it as, because it's not like, it's not
It's
like
horrific.
scary.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like,
No, it's
I
not.
guess,
It's not scary, but
yeah,
horror
'cause
doesn't
it's
have
like,
to be scary.
I guess maybe like a psychological thriller, but like, I don't know. It's so unique in the way.
I think it
that
has like
Maybe
it
a
has like a
psychological
horror
horror?
it almost has a
Yeah.
horror framing, but
yeah,
I wouldn't
but it's-
necessarily call it horror because I don't know, like
It's a very unique
But
film.
what does Letterboxd define its genres as? Let me have a look.
because I feel like horror is I feel like it's so detached from. It's more like almost something to study than it is like a relatable horror, you know.
Yeah.
Thriller, fantasy, horror, and drama. Themes: horror, the
Sure.
undead, monster classic, intense violence,
Monster
sexual
classic?
Monster classic, what?
transgression,
Okay, get that shit out of
dreamlike,
here.
quirky, surreal storytelling.
It's gonna read out all of them.
I would say
There's
that.
a couple.
So since you said surreal, it's like, would you call David Lynch films horror?
Yeah, and because like
So I think
Yeah,
it's the
that's
same
true,
category.
Actually,
think it's
that's
the
good.
same
This is
category.
just like a surrealist.
it's like surrealist. Yeah, that's fair
yeah,
enough.
it's a surrealist film.
Yeah, it's like it's almost too far gone to be like horror. Because like for me,
Yeah.
when I think about horror, like
Yeah.
quintessential horror, I think about like Halloween. I don't know.
Yeah.
My interpretation of horror is like something that feels more
slashes, I guess.
feasible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, than like you
'Cause-
know, the Lighthouse,
Or
which
something
is just like
spooky.
Yeah, 'cause
yeah,
I
Lighthouse
it's
guess
something separated.
I
from
guess
us.
the like the genre of horror, it's very like homogenized. It's very just, we'll just throw this into the bundle and just call it a horror. Because even like
Yeah.
The Thing, I wouldn't really call The Thing a horror film either, because
Yeah.
it's not like scary to me. It doesn't like,
It's an
It fills you
alien terror.
it fills you with dread, but yeah, it's not like a horror film.
Yeah,
like,
it's more of a sci-fi film, really.
yeah, like a
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
But,
like with the Lighthouse, Robert Eggers could have gone more of a horror out, and I'm sure he would have like. It still would have been fantastic, but it wouldn't be
Yeah.
have been nearly as good as what it was if he
Yeah,
decided to go more horror esque.
because like
But-
the only like
Yeah.
scare in the film, like scare in like quotations, is when after Pattinson has buried Defoe, and then like Defoe shows up 2 seconds later with the axe in his hand, and like he tries
Yeah,
to
it's
kill
like
him.
kind of a
Yeah.
jump
Like that's
scare.
like the only like jump scare.
Although
Like that's like the only horror element.
I have
I see.
like a fear of like sudden, very loud noises. Like it shakes me like for like an hour or so afterwards, and like I'm just constantly on edge, like afterwards. But this movie, in a way, terrified me in that sense.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
foghorn, the like screeching of like the mermaid, and
Yeah.
the ending scene when Robert Pattinson sees the light. And he starts
Yeah, yeah.
laughing, and then as it gets brighter, his laughs become distorted screams, and it's
Yeah.
so
Oh, hell
bright
no.
that his eyes and cheeks and mouth become hollowed out and darkened like he's a skull.
Yeah,
And then he becomes so bright, and then it like
Then he just
fades
falls.
back in.
He slips.
Yeah, he slips, he falls, and then the rest is history.
I'm just gonna start screaming at you while we hang out, just
No,
like just randomly.
Don't fucking do that. I'll just kick you in the balls. I just leave you on
Fair
the side of
enough.
the street.
No,
but
while I'm
it
driving,
is-
I'll do it.
Because like every time I watch the opening to this movie, it just sets the tone for me. It sets me in. I'm like, oh, because like it just
Yeah.
opens with like the foghorn constantly going and going and
Yeah.
going, and it just puts me on edge the entire time. And then like I get another like heart rate spike when like he's like touching the mermaid, and then like she's got a delayed scream. Her mouth opens, she screams, and then like 2 seconds later, then the screech happens. And it's
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
kind of like redirects you,
Like,
and
yeah.
like you're not expecting there to be a noise, and then the noise happens, and that's what gets me. And it's just this, like you said before, the sound design is immaculate.
It's so good.
It's
But it's just everything about this movie.
yeah.
Like I just loved looking at it because
Yeah.
the grain and the detail was just like it was just superb. Like I couldn't just stop like zoning my eyes more further into the picture
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
loved looking at how much detail there
it's
was.
almost as
Yeah.
if the movie was our light, and we're so entranced and engrossed by it, like we couldn't look away, and we just wanted to keep looking at it. Like if this
There
movie
you
This
go.
guy,
was
his
10
metaphors.
hours long of just these two dudes, I'd watch it. I could watch
Well,
it
'cause
like
Because Eggers said that he cut like pages of dialogue that Defoe had,
wow.
and so this film could have been much longer, but it wasn't.
But I feel like
And
it could have
honestly,
been
you know-
longer, but it's perfect how it is.
Yeah, I think that's what I was gonna say.
It could even
I'm
be
sure it
like a
would've-
short film and it'd still work to a degree.
Well, it's just like
Yeah.
a very simple
yeah,
premise.
just two dudes going
just two
insane.
guys.
But it's just like, it's just a very like simple premise, just executed masterfully, and just like the amount of just like there's just so many layers, and I just kept like my mind just kept spinning after I watched it, because everything feel like, because in a sense, like it does feel, it does have this like grandiosity where it's like it feels like these dudes, they're symbolizing something, like, you're talking about like Prometheus, Poseidon, like it does feel like they invoke that, but also because of the way that like the film, again, like just like their understanding of the world is like filtered through like this mythological lens, they still feel like just normal people.
Yeah.
They still feel like just normal dudes, and like there's just constant reminders of both ends. Like it's just like I don't know, just too much. Like I have to watch the movie again.
Yeah. I think it does kind of require multiple watches.
Yeah.
So just so you can pick up on everything
It's
that's
just like the
because
opening.
Eggers' Eggers films are dense.
Yeah.
Like they're dense from every aspect, and so rewatches definitely do help.
And even
Especially with films where the dialogue is of like an older depiction of English, and so you do have to listen more. And so on other rewatches, that can also just help on that level.
yeah, because like I've seen this movie like 5 or 6 times in literally like 3 years. It just seems like I'm watching it like every 6 months. But I still like pick up on new things. Like I always forget the order. And this is great. I'm not saying this is a negative or anything, but I always forget the order of what scenes happen in this movie because the whole movie just makes you so disoriented. It's like I swear I
Yeah.
remember the jacking off scene happening way earlier, but it's like towards the end.
Well,
Like Robert Pattinson jacking off. And,
yeah.
and
I guess he does jerk off twice. Though.
yeah, but like the
Yeah.
more insane one in like the tool shed when he
Yeah.
breaks the mermaid.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
remember that happened, but
Yeah.
then it's also like I noticed new things like that shot of like the dudes leaving the island at the beginning.
the second
shot
shot.
of the movie I like never picked up on, and just completely forgot its
That's so
existence.
funny.
And I genuinely thought it was an exclusive to my London Blu-ray.
Your 4K.
It's not 4K, it's just Blu-ray, but it's from London. And it's got a really cool
okay.
cover of Willem Dafoe, and his eyes are shining bright, looking at the lighthouse. But it's like his eyes are beaming the light to the light. It's really cool. It's a cool cover.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
I can flip the paper around, and it's like the traditional cover.
Yeah, they got good releases in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, going back, like, yeah, this film is so disorienting because they keep like they almost keep repeating their problems with each other, but it never feels repetitive. It's like maybe it does, but like in a good way. Like it's so purposeful
Yeah.
to just see them
Yeah.
like fight
I guess-
and then make up, and then like fight
Yeah.
again, then make up, and then like to have Defoe just constantly order him around, like no matter what's happening, just like
Yeah.
it's just maddening.
It's like
But that,
it's like they're married
yeah,
in
yeah.
a way.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a really bad
But
marriage.
that in itself is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It's the definition of insanity, and that's just another further layer of and like example of how they're going insane. They constantly fight and make up, expecting something different to happen, but it
And
doesn't.
just the way that so many of like the big emotions are just immediately cut away. Like the best example is of course when fucking you're fond of me lobster, ain't you? And then fucking Defoe goes in a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
monologue, and then Pattinson's just like,
yeah.
all right, I like your cooking, just fine.
Alright.
And it just does this like wide shot and like emphasizes how fucking silly the whole
Yeah.
situation was, and
I
just
love-
like
I
how
love when they're
detached
dancing
they
too.
are.
Yeah.
Like
What was that, Jacob?
I love when they're dancing, and then Willem Dafoe is like, "Come on, Winslow, dance, dance, dance!" And then, like he takes a sip, and then he starts like doing like an Irish kick dance, and
Yeah.
then it just cuts to them fighting, and then slow dancing, and then they go
Then
to
they
kiss and
fucking
they
They
fight.
nearly
and
kiss.
but like you
Is
said,
that-
Alex, they are like a married couple.
Yeah.
I feel
Because
like that
they-
would have been at some point a direction Robert Eggers gave them. Like you're
Yeah,
a married
probably, yeah.
couple. Fight.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just in that scene. It's like the fact that he gets. It's in that scene where it's like he literally gets mad about the cooking. Like that's such a typical marital
Yeah.
fight. Like, what do you mean you don't like my cooking?
And like
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that takes like priority over every other like problem they have. Like they're stranded on this island, but the cooking took priority in their issues.
Yeah.
They just went straight to number one.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something else I wanted to mention. I wrote a little bit.
The music's fucking great.
Oh, it's singing.
They're damn good.
Oh my god, it
Everything
just
about the
doesn't
craft.
fucking stop. It's like the Seventh Seal music as well. There's a lot of commonalities between these two films, but goddamn, the fucking music is just so. It's just part of the oppression.
Yeah.
It's
They're
just
both in
part
black
of
and white.
the constant. There's just
Yeah, the
any
aspect ratio is the
scene
same.
any scene that
Almost.
like any scene you go to in this movie, it always feels like there's a tether from another scene that like keeps the insanity up. Like there's never just quiet. It's like
Yeah.
either the fucking foghorn is going or the music's going or like the two
Seagulls,
bitches
yeah.
are arguing. Like there's just never like a break.
Yeah.
The two
There's like
bitches
no
are like-
breaks, you know?
Yeah.
It's just constant. And then even when there is quiet or like any like one of the characters is like it's just there's just nothing good to latch onto. There's no happiness. Everything is fucking awful. And it's just dreadful and it's just oh my god. It's a struggle to get through sometimes, but
Yeah.
fuck, it's like a worthy struggle. It's
Nah,
great.
It's a banger. It's well worth it.
And there's like I love the shot. This is weird, but I love the shot when Robert Pattinson's fixing the roof and he peers in, and Willem
Yeah,
Dafoe's like
it's just
dry
his eye.
humping the bed, with his ass hanging out of his
Yeah.
pants, and like he doesn't question it at all. Robert Pattinson, he just goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay," and then
Because he's like doing the same thing, just in like the workshop.
yeah,
It was funny because when that scene came on, because I was watching it with my mum and sister, and my mum was like, "What's happening?" I was like, "Oh, he's dry humping the bed." It's like, oh yeah, it's like yeah, it makes sense. I don't think she was wearing her glasses,
but like
but yeah,
that's like it'd be such a hard movie to describe to someone. Or like someone asks, "What's happening in this scene?" It's like, how do I even? I don't even.
trust me,
know.
bro. Trust me, bro. It's really good.
It's really
really
good. You just gotta feel. It's definitely a movie you feel, and the more you feel,
Yeah.
like the more appreciation you get.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie's kind of hard to talk about because it's just utter insanity, and you just gotta watch.
I mean,
it.
we've talked
We've
about
talked
it.
Yeah,
about
we
it for like
have.
50 minutes.
Yeah, for like 50 minutes, but
Yeah.
you know, it's. But I feel like there's so much more we can talk about, but it's just this movie's just so up to your own interpretation. It's so vague, but
yeah, very much so.
it's vague in a great way. It's like everyone
Yeah.
everyone
The
will
way-
have a
the way
different
that-
interpretation of this movie, and that's the best kind of movie.
Yeah, the way that invokes conversation.
Yeah.
And that's what you want out of a
Yeah.
film. Because
Damn
ultimately, a film is a dialogue with the audience. And, here we are, talking
Yeah.
about it.
Wow.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I reckon we should move on to
Yeah,
ratings.
yeah, we'll wrap up.
Well, I doubt it'll be much of a surprise
One.
for our ratings. But yeah, I guess a speed runner maybe.
I guess I'll go first because I
Yeah,
picked
give
the-
your rating, Jacob.
Do it,
Uh,
Jacob.
To no surprise, I'd give it a 5.
Yep.
Out of 5. I mean, if everything I've spoken about this movie hasn't convinced you, why is a 5 out of 5? I don't know what else to say.
Fuck you, I guess.
Yeah, it's just it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. 5 out of 5. Easy 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Yep. Got it. Another
Alright.
15 out of 15.
Yeah, so it's just Alex's movie that sucks.
Fuck you! Oh my god! I was teetering on a 4, and then you have to blackmail me into giving 7 Seal.
Hey,
It's
7
written
Seal's a
down
5 out of
now.
5. Hey,
Yeah,
I
know.
wasn't the one who did it. It was
No,
fucking
it was
Jacob's fault.
Jacob.
Blame
He's
him.
always look at him down there.
Look at
He's
him,
always
bastard.
shit
Hey, I'm
talking
in
my
the middle,
opinions.
motherfucker. Anyway, Look, it was Unbreakable is very close to a 5. Very
Just
close.
round up, man. Just round up.
Nah, I can't be a coward now. If I round up, the audience will call me out, and I'll be dead.
I'll
They'll
call
come
you
for me.
out.
Yeah, you'll call
You
me
don't have
out for
to. You don't have to
changing
worry
it.
about them. You have to worry
You
about
two would
me.
be the harshest critics. I can never change my score now. Unbreakable will forever be the worst movie we watched on this episode.
On this episode, okay. I think it's
Yeah.
a podcast in general, because that
No.
would be a sin if you said that.
No.
Although it is tied for second. Like no, it is
Second.
second. It
What's
is
that?
like
Anyway.
Unbreakable. Like it's
It's
second.
the
We've got it
second
tied
best movie
first.
because the first, there's tied
Oh,
first.
yeah,
We've
yeah,
got it tied
yeah.
first, so it is the second best out of
Yeah.
9 movies. That's pretty
So
good.
yeah,
Fantastic.
not bad. That's like Unbreakable. I don't know. Anyway.
Anyway, so to
So,
the
yeah.
audience for the so this is the episode where we're going to decide the order of which we decide what episodes come out. So for example, we're going to spin a wheel, see who goes first. They pick a theme for that episode, and then we'll spin it again to see who goes next, and then there's the last person. So then on the fourth week, it goes back to that first person, and then they pick the episode. The only time the flow will be interrupted is when it's either a watch list episode or a new releases episode, and then maybe even like a holiday episode.
We'll throw,
Uh,
yeah,
Or
we'll throw,
something,
we'll
yeah.
throw a few like
yeah,
specials in
there'll
there,
be
keep you
some
entertained.
specials, oddballs, but yeah. So
Yeah.
so we're gonna decide the
Yep.
the order now. I'm
Gonna-
pretty sure we all have an episode in mind, depending on
Yep.
what it lands on. But if you're second or third, don't say what your episode is. It's just the winner.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah.
we would still decide the
So,
order
but
now.
so,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, okay. So, okay, I'll spin the wheel now, and we'll see
Alright.
who it lands on. Here we go.
Let's see if he's a dirty cheat or not.
It is Altasifa.
Oh, alright. Tess goes first. So Tess organizes the episode that will be
Yeah.
released on the 11th of January,
Correct.
which is our first
Fuck.
2026 episode. So
Yes,
Tess, you're
our
starting
debut.
the year off.
Starting it strong. You'll start it strong.
Do you want to determine who's gonna
Yeah,
go
we'll
after
go
me
second.
first?
Might as well.
Who's-
Okay.
who's second?
Wait here. Let me get rid of his name. All right. It's between you and me, Jacob.
I'll fight you for it. Winner walks away.
No, it's you.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I get the second episode of the year.
Yep.
All right. All right.
I have to
So
wait so
Tess
long. Anyway, that's all right.
Well,
You can wait like a whole
it's
last
not like
month
you're
for it.
banished from the podcast yet. I'm still
Oh
trying
no,
to
I'm
make
never coming back.
that interplay.
No.
Yeah, I ultimately decided on 80s high fantasy films.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
Big
So-
big episode to start the year off.
If you guys want to choose your own films for that topic, you can, but I know what
Doing
mine
Conan the
is,
Barbarian.
and it's Excalibur.
I have
Oh,
no
yeah.
idea what I'd pick. So,
The
so
81 version.
you're
Yeah.
gonna have to wait till the episode.
Yeah. But yeah, January 11th, or I guess we're locking that in.
Yep. This will be the January 11th episode.
Yep.
But keep your eyes peeled. You know,
Keep might be a little
there-
surprise for the end of the year.
there might be a little surprise at the end of the year.
Yeah,
So,
maybe your favorite film podcast will talk about every single movie
well,
that
every
comes
single
out
maybe-
that I
release,
watch.
maybe
including
not.
shows. Well, not every single
What?
one, but
We are doing
Every
shows. I don't even watch
single,
any
including
shows.
video games.
Well, I watched
and
two,
comics.
so
Okay,
I
well,
can,
yeah, fair enough.
I can just like do a
Quickly,
quick
Oh,
review,
fuck if you want to
a
talk about
really
it.
quick review of
Just-
those.
Yeah, speed run that shit.
Um,
But
But yeah, it would probably be a long episode, that one.
Yeah.
Uh,
yeah, just
who
talking
knows
about,
what's happening? Ooh.
talking about
you know?
films that we watched that we didn't get to talk
Keep-
about on the podcast
Yeah.
because we started so late.
And just because we'll mention them, it doesn't mean they won't appear in a deeper dive later on.
Yeah, because I feel it'll be
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
it's
like
possible.
it'll be kind of
So
like
it's possible.
quickies that we'll just speed run
Yeah.
through the films because there'll be so many to talk about.
Yeah. So it'll be a big episode, but yeah, look out for that.
Yep.
Okay. And so yeah, January 11th is 80s high fantasy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
get ready.
All right, Jacob. Do the
Yeah,
outro.
Jacob.
So this has been Jacob, Tass, and Alex. and we have been three angry men on the Three Angry Men podcast. And
Beautiful.
Fuck yeah.
third episode. This is the third episode.
We made it.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Stay tuned, and we'll see you guys on the 11th of January.
Very nicely done. Yeah.
Heck
Or sooner.
yeah.
Or sooner.
Alright.
Who
Or sooner.
knows?
You're right. Or sooner.
Or
maybe.
sooner.
Who knows?
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening.